Wow. We will get this show started, but before I do that, guys, it's Hump Day. It's the 3rd of July, and we're going to celebrate freedom today. And we're going to start right after this show. Here we go. Good morning, content creators. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Hump Day. And welcome to the middle of Z's birthday week. Z's birthday week. Let me say that again. Z's birthday week. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about some birthday week. Also going to talk about some the hurricane that's coming to the Caribbean. We're going to talk about all that stuff. This is a pop-up. This is an open mic. And yes, we are here. We have Cruz to the house. How you doing, bro? Always the traveling man. The traveling man. How you doing, bro? We're doing okay. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let me see if we can get this thing started. Let's see here. All right, we got some weather. We got some serious weather to talk about and what's going on with the cruise industry. So I am watching the Fox Weather Channel. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there for just a couple of minutes to tell the latest stuff, what's going on and where it's going. Here we go.
Yeah, it's going to be zipping across the Caribbean over the next 24, 36 hours, and it's going to make landfall around the Yucatan sometime, probably early Friday. But I was just looking at the hurricane hunters again, and when you look at the satellite presentation, the eye has actually expanded, and that's 36 nautical miles wide. So it's actually gotten a little bit bigger, and it's open to the southwest. Maybe a sign of some drier air and training into that circulation at this point. But again, we're awaiting that 11 o'clock advisory, still a category 4 as of 8. That's big time. It hasn't wound down enough.
Yeah, we were showing you that forecast cone because there's a lot to talk about once it moves into the Gulf of Mexico, which we'll get in on a bit. You had mentioned Haiti, a valid point, because we've had, while it might not be associated with the strongest winds, we still have tropical moisture, and that's streaming in at least on the western side of Haiti.
And we know tropical moisture can be very dangerous when you consider just the amounts of rain that are still hanging out over the island there. And that's on the backside. So even though we've seen Beryl move forward, it's still unleashing quite a bit of a threat over Haiti.
Slope going right up to 80, and as we squeeze it out, right? You're talking a good 2 to 8 inches of rain, possibly.
At least, and storm surge also going to be a concern. Not as much as for Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica, look at its proximity to the center of the slope. Still hard to find the eye of it, but it's still turning with it looks like a closed situation here.
Yeah.
And Jamaica on the worst possible side of it, right on that northern side.
So we'll see how close this gets to Jamaica. It's real important to see that. I mean, if we look at the water vapor imagery, this is the mid-levels of our atmosphere. It gives a good indication of how rich the moisture is. If we were to see these bright greens over land, that would be game over for whichever city it's falling over. We've seen the blues, but this is reserved purely for the tropics.
It is. And the northern side, as you circle it in right there, you've got plenty of rain. It's going to be juiced up right across Jamaica itself. You're going for about a foot of rain at the top end because it is a quick move. That's the only saving grace rainfall-wise. It's not going to be over you for a longer period of time. But 12 inches of rain right around the mountainous regions. You talk about mudslides, landslides, the whole thing, debris flows, that whole deal. is a possibility. So those mountains in the eastern side, especially of Jamaica, 7,000 feet in elevation. So you've got them up there.
We do, and we're giving you all the different types of sites. We've got Jamaica, of course, Grand Cayman now under a hurricane warning. That's news from yesterday. It's going to be getting darker and certainly stormy. So storms of reference. I think this is an important thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Hurricane Dean. It was back in 2007. It eerily similar to where it moved in relation to the small island of Jamaica. Dean reached Category 5 status where? In the Eastern Caribbean, and then again before it made landfall into Yucatan. The post-analysis the National Hurricane Center did, Marissa, on Dean, of course, Jamaica was mentioned. And 3 deaths in Jamaica as a result of Dean in 2007, but there was significant damage to their crop, the banana crop. It was severely impacted. And the flooding, while not generally significant, we still saw some in the eastern parishes, eastern Jamaica.
Well, and looking at just the orientation of Dean to Jamaica, very similar to what we just showed everybody of what could play out with Beryl and Jamaica being on the messiest, most dangerous side of a hurricane can have huge impacts, loss of life, and also, when you talk about the threat from storm surge, heavy rain, we're predicting and forecasting about up to a foot of rain over Jamaica, landslides, mudslides, and then also just the threat of these winds, what it can do for leveling these areas. But yeah, the parallels between Dean and its origins to Beryl have been
pretty similar.
Kind of eerie.
$2007, Dean did $300 million worth of damage in Jamaica.
Wow.
So, I mean, that is an amazing amount. And you're right. We had damages to hospitals, to buildings all around the region, especially around Kingston. They had mudslides as well. They had flooding concerns big time.
So just a little bit coverage with that Fox Weather Channel. They're doing some great coverage. Let's talk about this hurricane and what it does to the cruise industry. The Jamaican ports are closed. All the cruise ships are diverting away from the storm. I guess instead of going to Jamaica, they're going to Haiti or they're going to the Bahamas. But the main concern is it's going to the Yucatan area of the Caribbean Sea, which most of the cruise, Cancun, Cozumel, Belize, those areas will be affected with this storm. This is not a regular tropical storm, regular hurricane. This is a Cat 4. It was a Cat 5 yesterday. It's now Cat 4. That means it's like over 140 miles per hour. Now, a lot of people want to understand what a hurricane is. The worst part is the northeast side of the hurricane. The northeast side is constantly called the dirty side of a hurricane. That's where the strongest winds, the storm surge, the winds are the strongest. So this is coming a critical time. Now, if you're on a cruise ship, obviously they're going to try to get it away. But there were some cruise ships years ago that go around the edge, and then they can do it, and a lot of damage to those cruise ships. It's one of those things you still need to take care of yourself and your family. One of the things about hurricanes, it's not good. Now, a lot of people want to know when it gets to the Gulf of Mexico, where's it going to go? Is it going to go to Brownsville? It's going to go to Corpus Christi. A lot of people are concerned that the waves probably going to Galveston. So I'll be watching this throughout the weekend. We might do a live marathon talking about hurricanes, talking about the birthday weekend. Let's see here. Well, we got Bruce and Ocean Travel in the house. How you doing, bro? Just hanging out here. Watching with the weather, watching with the hurricane, and what the hurricane is doing to the cruise industry. For those of you who want to know, yes. The ports of Jamaica, the ports of Haiti. Well, they don't go to Haiti. But the ports of Jamaica are closed. They are diverting cruise ships around. So, Bruce, I know you got some customers are calling you. So, if you want to come up, let me put this up there. We can talk about that. We also can talk about the birthday weekend. But yeah, we need some critical news. So, let me set the link up there. If you want to come up for a couple minutes to explain what you have to deal with people calling you left and right, and they're very concerned what is going on. It's one of the things you just gotta. So, Bruce, if you want to come back here, or you're working, if you want to come up, I know it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. Yes, it is. I forgot it's 7:10 in the morning. Well, thank you for coming in. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. So let me go ahead and do this. Okay, so you can't right now. Well, I can be the Weather Channel. And we got five. We got 5 people here. We got 5 people. 5 people on my channel. Thank you guys for coming in. And welcome to the birthday week celebration. And we're in the middle of a hurricane situation too. So let me go ahead and see what they're doing. They're on a commercial break, so I can't do anything like that. But yeah, so this is the category 5. It was a category 5. This was the first one, a category 5 in June and July. So yeah, this is the earliest category 4, category 5 hurricane on record. Let me see here. Okay, let's see here. Category 4, the winds are 145 miles per hour, moving west northwest. So it's wow, it's moving pretty good. Let me see here if I can go ahead and do this real quick.
Look, I mean, is it going to be a sloppy tropical storm? Will it be a hurricane?
I mean, it's hard to know. The intensity is, yeah. I think even just what strength will it be when it hits the Yucatan?
Yeah.
Will it be a category? I think right now the NHC has it as a category 2.
But on the verge,
maybe a category on the verge of 3.
Yeah.
Maybe bank on the 3, and then when it emerges, it's a weak category 1. And how much land influence, if it is able to stay off the land, how close to land is it going to be? Because even that could influence it.
I guess newest this morning, you guys mentioned it, is the Hurricane Center says hurricane in the Yucatan, 75 miles an hour, so a low end hurricane. But don't sleep on the Bay of Campeche. Don't sleep.
Either way, we can tell you this for sure. Texas is going to get some kind of an issue from it. Whether it's way far south, you only get a little bit of wind and rain, or it's a little farther north, you get the wind, rain, and the storm surge. It's still up in the air. But if it does happen, it's going to be later this weekend. You're talking about Sunday at the latest, because it is booking pretty quick.
Maybe with this intensity forecast, there's some indication we'll see a leveling off, likely as it makes the impact with land. But some indication this morning, the general consensus is that we'll have some strengthening. But impacts are going to be the big thing. Yeah. When we talk impacts stateside along the coast of Mexico, rip current's going to be a big deal, especially as this storm moves on in. We also have some rain, and the National Weather Service out of Houston, Brownsville, Lake Charles, taking note of it and talking about the closer that this track gets to them, the heavier the rain will be.
And how far north it goes, and all the way into Louisiana. Yeah.
From yesterday.
I think a lot of stuff with the Gulf Coast, you just can't hang on to it too tightly. And it's a time to disconnect. We're in a holiday, but a lot of the developments are going to be coming, I think, really Thursday and through Friday, especially Saturday. We're going to have a much better idea, even into Friday, what this will do.
Yeah, no question.
And, before we go, there's a reality that this makes landfall in Mexico. I think we have video from Alberto. We have video from Tropical Storm Chris. Both of them were tropical storms, but both of them made landfall last month in essentially the same area. I mean, very close. same coastline of Mexico, moving out of the Bay of Campeche in Monterrey in Mexico, road washed out. Tampico was hit hard. Cancun, this was Sunday, this was tropical storm Chris.
3 named storms in the same spot in less than a month. I mean, that's something else.
Yeah, Cancun, I never brought up, but the Cancun just had an invest. Just so you get that tropical moisture already in, but the fact that everything's been steering right towards Mexico is a story in itself. And do they get 2 landfalls out of Beryl, out of the Yucatan? But I mean, the Yucatan's a very popular area. You have people that vacation there, people that own property there, or maybe a timeshare in Cancun. I mean, so that'll be the next piece of land that we're watching.
We're going to talk about Beryl for a while. I mean, it's marching on, but so is time. Speaking of, we said it at the top, it's less than 24 hours away, the 4th of July. And storms stateside could threaten the fun. So
all right, so that is the Fox Weather Channel. They've been doing an incredible job telling what's going on. So let me get the latest update on that. As far as a cruising community is concerned, they have this morning closed Jamaican ports. Jamaican, they're not going to Haiti. Y'all know why. The forecast is crazy. This is a Cat 4 hurricane. That means it's winds of 145 miles per hour. Now, it is going west-northwest. It's going 20 miles an hour. Now, the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico are awful warm. And basically, it is the fuel for a hurricane. So the warmer the water, the stronger the hurricane. And y'all know over the weekend, this was a tropical depression, tropical storm. In the last 48 hours, it went from a tropical storm to a Cat 5 hurricane. That is some powerful stuff. So yeah, it's affected the cruise industry. Luckily, I got to welcome some people here. We have Jennifer in Vacation Nation, working hard for everybody. Working hard for the money. And we also have One Shot Investor, a.k.a. Bill is in the house. How you doing? Thank you guys for coming in for this special edition of the Z Show Cruise Fun. Talking about the birthday week. We're also talking about this weather. We're talking about this hurricane. And we're talking about the cruising industry in general. What the cruise industry is, they closed the ports in Jamaica. You have to. You know what? Destination Fun is always in here. Sherry, welcome in, and she had a question. Z, are you doing a weather marathon live this weekend? Yes. We're also doing a birthday weekend marathon. Yes. So we always start the birthday week. Yes, I am the weather man. You can come down to the coast and go live, weatherman live on the scene. No, Jennifer. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Now, if I was younger, if I was like 20 years younger, I would have done it. But yeah, no, I have to come down to the coast. No, see, you know what? I cannot do that. Because if I go down to the coast, my brain going to say, Cinnamon brain, go on a cruise ship, I'll see those cruise ships and I'll say, man, I'm going to depress myself. But yeah, I wish 20 years younger, if I was 20 years younger, I probably would have done it. Me and my friend always want to go do a hurricane. Be with the guys with the Weather Channel. I mean, those guys. Have you ever seen the Weather Channel coverage of a hurricane as it's coming in? It's crazy. No, come to the Texas-Mexico border. Nah, nah. That would be great coverage. Yeah, it would be great coverage. My camera, yeah, my camera and my phone. You know what? Here's the thing: my phone's not waterproof. If it was waterproof, I would probably think about it. But my camera and my water, it would be great coverage. It would be great coverage. But no, that's not gonna happen. Either ways. So here we also talk about that. We also talk about that this hurricane's gonna go to the Yucatan. That area. You got Cancun. You got Cozumel. You got Belize. They are on tropical storm watches right now. Hurricane warnings are in Jamaica. Tropical storm warnings are in Cancun and Yucatan. Yeah, we great coverage. Speaking of coverage, we're gonna go back over here, see what they're talking about. Oh, they're still talking about. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, here we go.
Sites, and it's bracing for close encounters, some strong winds. You talk about some sea rising as well, and a whole lot of rain coming down. We've been watching closely. Some of the cameras, it's a bit of a calm before the storm, but if you look at the camera shot in Kingston, Jamaica, they're off in the distance, very dark clouds as well. That's that bottom shot. And then you look over to the radar there, and you look at Beryl just outside of Jamaica, knocking on your door. A few rounds of rain have moved in so far, but this is just the beginning. We've got some calm conditions for now. Things are going to change quickly. And as Beryl continues its trek west, the latest models show that maybe Texas coast could feel some of the impacts by this weekend. It was bad news for travelers returning home, beachgoers for the holiday. A lot of you have already left or maybe will be leaving. We're talking about the Sunday, Monday period. And you think about the amount of rip currents possible right along the coast. That's going to be a major concern along the Texas coastline potentially. We'll watch it with you. When we look at the alerts going on right now, we do have these hurricane warnings still in place for the Grand Cayman, the Little Cayman, Jamaica as well. Then you head over to Cozumel. A lot of people go there for breaks as well.
Yeah.
Hurricane watch in place. To the south of there, Belize, maybe not the stronger winds, but certainly having an impact.
Hold on.
And you think about a place like Jamaica, a lot of the cruise ships, by the way, had to either divert or go to different ports. It's what goes on with cruise ships. I guess the destination is your hotel room, right? And you guys had a great conversation yesterday on here and saying, make sure you get your insurance because you could have some issues with traveling. All right, as we take a look at what's going on with the track, once it goes over the Yucatan Peninsula, where it lands is going to have a huge implication on the forecast. It goes back into the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico is very, very warm. Now, if it goes south, well, then that goes to Mexico. Mexico already had landfall with Alberto and Chris. So Beryl could be their third landfall. But the third, yeah, if it goes farther north, though, you think about how much time it's going to sit in the Gulf of Mexico. That's a concern.
Third one, second name.
Absolutely a concern, yeah.
Because Chris came out of nowhere and blew up and went right into Mexico.
And I think it's important to notice with the cone, this is the official cone from the NHC.
Yeah.
The models are kind of all over the place, especially once it gets into the Bay of Campeche, into the Gulf of Mexico. So that official forecast is truly just a blend of the model data. And there's just so many questions in terms of intensity. Will we still potentially have a Category 2, Category 1 storm making landfall? But I mean,
but look at Sunday morning. It still has winds at 75. So what is Category 1?
Yeah.
That was actually, that was something Matthew brought up this morning. The 5 a.m. advisory was the first advisory. I believe I didn't catch the one that was the 2. That has now re-strengthened Beryl into a hurricane as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico, which intensity has always been the biggest challenge with this. The track has been almost spot on. I mean, we could look at the initial track when advisories were initiated from the National Hurricane Center, when this thing was still out in the MDR, and we had this general path. We knew it would be on this general path. But now it's been intensity that has been the biggest challenge, and oftentimes that is the more challenging component of a forecast.
And you think about travel-wise, all these places, all these people who have been there. Oftentimes, I was watching yesterday, I heard you guys talk about when do you go to the Caribbean if you're going to travel during hurricane season. It would normally be right about now. You're still rolling the dice, but you have a better chance now. But a lot of these cruise ships had to, go wait somewhere else, go somewhere else. We got thunderstorms in the mix. Belize will feel the effects as well. Mexico, Cozumel would be one of those spots to watch closely. Take a look at Montego Bay. Of course, the airport is closed today. They closed late last night. That's Sangster International Airport. They said, quote, to ensure safety during the hurricane's passage. Great move by their part, right? A lot of the airports out there. So catch up after this point with all of the airplanes trying to get in or out of there. It's going to take some time because they're going to be closed at least 24 hours, if not longer.
Yeah. I mean, Jamaica is an island with almost 3 million people, and that's not including tourists. And I know we have a lot of families here that have friends and family in Jamaica. So there is a lot of interest in what exactly is going to happen with the island as we continue to watch Beryl get. It's dangerously close, but either way, I think we're going to be seeing some very dangerous, life-threatening impacts. And the timing for Jamaica is tropical storm force winds are going to begin to roll in, and then you have the bulk of it this morning, I'd say late morning, early afternoon, then the Cayman Islands, and then we're talking about impacts further up towards the Yucatan into Friday.
There's a chance, and we will talk more about it. But we've had very close calls with hurricanes in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And Hurricane Dean was the most recent one in 2007. You guys, Greg, were talking about Hurricane Ivan
in
2004, which actually had its own similar beginnings. Where
in September.
Beryl was.
Yeah.
And Dean was in August. But that close call, we still had hurricane gusts. It was a deadly hurricane for Jamaica. It was one of those storms of note for the island, even though there wasn't a landfall. Now we talk about Beryl, and the strongest winds have been on the northern side of this storm. That's also where you get aided by that forward motion. As this thing's spinning counterclockwise, that forward motion is going to increase those winds.
All right, let's see. We got breaking news. Thank you guys. We'll go ahead and do this breaking news story. Breaking news. Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. I like doing that. That was pretty cool. Oh, hold on. That was pretty good. This is breaking news report. Just got the facts. There is a hurricane watch in effect for Cozumel, Mexico. Cozumel, my favorite port of all time. Cozumel, Mexico is under a hurricane watch. What that means is you have 48 hours to get out of the area. So all the people that are on the Jubilees. Oh, well, let's see. Okay, yeah. Hopefully, I think, let's see, they're on the way to Cozumel now. Or they're a couple hours away for going to Port of Cozumel, Mexico. On the Jubilee, so that is breaking news for that. Yeah. Do you have a port when? Oh yeah, I don't mess around with them gators. I gotta redo. Let's see. Yeah. Guys, I am not going to go down there. If it was like 20 years ago, but no, Gators. I wish I could go down there, but no, because my brain is insane the membrane. Insane to the membrane. So yeah, the breaking news is hurricane watches are in effect. For Cozumel makes it see, that's why I like the weather. I like the Fox channel, the Fox Weather Channel, because they talk about the cruise ships, 4th of July weekend, Z's birthday weekend. We have the 4th of July weekend. We have Z's birthday weekend. We have a hurricane, and we might have to do a marathon. So yeah, that is one of the things. And it can give me some hours too. So we're gonna do that. Let's see. Jennifer says my aunt and uncle are on Jubilee. Oh, they are. Cool picture of the Jubilee with the story close my hell. Oh, okay. Yeah, yesterday. So yeah, so they could be. Hopefully they can get in tomorrow. They got hurricane watch. Yeah, who try? Oh, Bill. I'm just a Bill. Jay, can you come and try and pick up the? Oh God, you guys are funny. But yeah, I mean it's just crazy news. I like news. I'm, I'm not going that far north. Yeah, they're on a commercial break. But yeah, so the breaking news is hurricane warnings are in Jamaica. Hurricane watches are in Cozumel, Mexico, and yes, hold on. So yeah, hurricane waters are in Jamaica. Hurricane watches are in Cozumel, Mexico. They should be getting. Wait a minute. Let's see. They're in Cozumel now. Uh, no, they get to Cozumel. They get to Cozumel tomorrow. Is that right, Jennifer? Hold on. Okay. Okay, here we go. We got some. Hold
We
on.
will safely ride out this storm.
And that was the Jamaican Prime Minister addressing his people as Beryl gets closer to impact, and the islanders now scramble to finish those final preparations. Welcome back in to Weather Command. Bob and Dylan, Stephen with me. Gosh, Beryl right now starting to impact Jamaica as we head into this time. By the way, Beryl already blamed for at least 6 deaths in the Caribbean, and Jamaica
That's
on the list.
what's, so. And this thing for Jamaica today, it's going to be done by tonight.
I'll think about
It is.
And we're starting to see those tropical storm force winds, the wind field come in. It's going to be.
I'm not going on Greyhound.
Hurricane force gusts, and then it goes downhill from there early part of the afternoon.
And no surprise, the Prime Minister of Jamaica declaring a curfew for today. It began at 6 o'clock this morning. It's going to run through this evening. And as he said, it is to ensure the safety of everyone during the passage of the storm, with already 6 people, as we mentioned, that have been killed by Beryl, 4 from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and 2 from Venezuela. The fear is that the number could rise.
Come on, Z.
Beryl already went for the record.
And within the next half hour, we're going to be getting from the National Hurricane Center, the latest one coming out at 8 o'clock Eastern.
On the beach.
Beryl is a powerful Category 4 hurricane. Maximum sustained winds remain at
It costs
45 miles an hour. You're looking at some of the stats, the
Okay,
historical
here we go.
stats that will be remembered of Beryl, aside from the devastation we've already seen in the
Here we
Leeward
go, here we
Islands. The strongest July hurricane with those peak winds of 165 miles an hour. The National Hurricane Center did say this thing has peaked. So we are expecting to see this gradually weaken. But Bob, when we look at it, and we're seeing those numbers, like I said, within the next half hour, new numbers will come in. Hard to make out that eye, but it's there.
It really is. Yeah, I was just watching the Hurricane Hunters report right there. It's called the vortex sounding. The vortex report. And what it is the pressure's up a little bit to 955. At least that's what it looks like. Could be extrapolated down a little bit lower than that, but the pressure seems to be rising slowly. At 938, it had a closed circular eye that was 20 nautical miles wide. So we kind of going back and forth. It was open at one point on the southwest side, the eye wall itself. Now it's been closed back up again.
Well, Beryl's eye and all eyes are on Jamaica. In fact, Fox Weather correspondent Robert Gray, he's on the ground in Negril, Jamaica, hours away from feeling the effects.
All right, here we go. We got a reporter.
The monster that is Hurricane Beryl is making its way toward the island of Jamaica. Nearly 3 million residents here, and unfortunately showing very little signs of weakness as this Category 4 is training itself to the island. Maybe not a direct landfall, but that means nothing as far as impact. That counter twist will make its way across this entire island. Look at the sea behind me. That is the Atlantic. Just beautiful with those turquoise waters, and you wouldn't even know that a hurricane is on its way. I'm on the western end of Jamaica.
The water people on the beach
is asking people if they can to hunker down and get to high ground. A curfew is in effect until this evening. That may be extended to overnight as this system, historic Hurricane Beryl, the first Category 5 in June and then Category 4 here in July, making its way across the Caribbean. It will pound Jamaica today into the evening, make its way into the Caymans, and then continue to head west, where that track right now is sort of unknown. We just don't know where.
Oh, I got a commercial. Give me a second. I got a commercial. Why are you doing a commercial? All right, commercial. Or is that more breaking news? Yes, more breaking news. I got it tonight. Jamaica, the Prime Minister of Jamaica has called a curfew for the island starting today. Starting right now. They are doing a curfew on that one. So, I just came in. All right, so we got some other things. You got one behind it. Okay, yeah. All right, here we go. We got more breaking news. So I always said that. So hurricane warnings for Jamaica. There also another hurricane warning for the Cayman Islands. So this thing's gonna be moving in Jamaica in the next couple of hours.
Continued to just really, I think, shock and amaze us, and also just as we continue to watch it move through the Caribbean, the threats aren't over.
We're lucky because at night our colleagues, they can't use and take advantage of visible satellites, but I think Viz is just the best. It's the best. And every day since we've seen this move into the Caribbean, we've had some development, that the bubbling up of these storms, and that tells you, and it's on the northern side of the side. It's on the northern side of the storm, and that's the one that's going to come very close to Jamaica, Kingston. We're talking, less than 100 miles.
Yeah, so we're looking at the eye wall right there. That's the strongest core of the winds. When you're talking about 140 mile per hour sustained winds, it's right there in the eye wall itself, and it's going to come in batches up the north a bit farther. Once those rain squalls start heading in, that's when the winds pick up for you around Haiti. And right now, the heaviest shot, it's still just offshore, and it's going to clip them. But if you look at that, you can't see the eye itself. It's not clear.
It's a way.
Sheer. It's picking up those thunderstorms and blowing some of the cloud cover over the top. But there is an eye in there. It's 20 nautical miles wide, so about 23 miles wide in diameter. You can see right now, up nature, like you said, Stephen, it is still an active.
I'll be a storm runner. Are you kidding me?
Gravity waves. I mean, it's so powerful with that vertical development.
You just see the atmosphere go like that.
If you ever wondered, if you didn't think the atmosphere was a fluid.
Yeah, you can see the ripples as it gets shot out, but the energy rises. It is an amazing picture. And the water vapor imagery that you pointed out.
I'll be a fireball chaser.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a threat into Haiti. The Dominican Republic not quite seeing as much anymore. Everything shifting further to the west. But you have Haiti at this point still in it, and the beginnings of Jamaica. The tropical storm force winds extend out 185 miles, and we're going to continue to see this thing flatten and reach out its arm length even more as it weakens. But it's still incredibly strong, and I think that's the point to make as well. Even with weakening, we still have a category.
He doesn't want to go down there.
Hurricane Center to update at 11 o'clock with the advisory, as well as we get a full with this. Maybe we see some changes to the forecast code. But either way, this is the latest wind field.
Well, thank you guys.
Winds extending out 40 miles at this point.
Lisa and Hunter and Wilton.
So there you've got the tropical storm force.
Okay. They're in
the nation itself, and you can see the orange shaded areas. Those are the hurricane belts. It's just on the eastern flank right now, moving towards Jamaica.
And we're having these hurricanes below us. I mean, they're not lost on us. In Kingston,
Lisa and Hunter and Wilton.
In the grill, he's on the western coast of Jamaica. But Kingston here is going to feel the effects first, and even some of that moisture. Perhaps we've got the low clouds out of Kingston that we're watching.
It's happy hour somewhere.
I think that we got the bottom one.
And yeah, it's my
I mean,
birthday
this,
week.
This is the other thing that is amazing. Here we are, 155 up to 165. It hasn't weakened that much. 20-mile-per-hour winds. It might seem like a lot, but it's not. It's still category 4, right in the middle of that category 4 category.
Yeah.
You know, looking at the intensity of it, it really hasn't come down that much. And it wasn't
people.
that long ago, guys. We were still talking about a Category 5 storm.
Yeah.
You talk about perspective and
That's
vantage
called
point from
exercise.
satellites to hurricane hunters. Take a look at some sail drone video. This is a vessel. Stephen helped me with that word earlier. It's an appropriate word. It's a vessel. It's an unmanned vessel that went into Beryl. This is video from the sail drone as it intercepted the hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean, about 100 miles south of Puerto Rico. It captured that very stomach-churning footage.
2 different, yes.
25-foot tall waves, you guys. Winds stronger than 60 miles per hour. There's nobody on this, so nobody can get hurt, but it's able to get us data. Research can be used off of the information it's able to collect. It can also give us just, I think, the perspective that nobody wants to, it is able to give.
It created waves in 2021 with Hurricane Sam. Hurricane Sam was a beast of a hurricane just moving through the Atlantic. Right. And that's when these sail drones started to get deployed. I remember that video because it was the first time that we were able to get inside a massive storm that we were seeing on satellite. What's fascinating, NOAA actually, they're one of their lab, the meteorological lab, they posted this yesterday, and it gives perspective. Hurricane hunters dropping these drop zones, and then if you look on the northeastern extent, there's the sail drone. They have that sail drone right close to where the hurricane hunters dropped it.
Right.
That's where the most intense of this activity has been. And then also a call out Rutgers University.
Okay, so
they also
it'll be
had
good exercise. You needed the step.
gathering some of this data. So this thing has been well
It's been analyzed. There's no question about it. But that video right there, I can only probably watch it for 10 seconds before I can start
hard to
feeling it
pinpoint the sail
myself.
There's a lot happening.
There is. It's the north.
It's that red little guy.
Yeah.
You know, and I think too, Stephen here, we spoke to somebody from NOAA earlier in the month of June.
We're going to do
scheduled to deliver hurricane monitoring data for NOAA beginning the first week of August, but then it went on this mission earlier than anticipated because of Beryl, 2 months ahead of time.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this since I got you guys here. Hey, let's see here. What they were talking about, I think NOAA, the people that go through the hurricane, they sent out a unmanned ship in the middle of a hurricane near the wall, and they're talking about 25-foot waves. 25-foot waves. 25-foot waves. That's probably like a quarter away from the Jubilee. Let's see here. They come down with pick you at the bus station, either volunteer with a non-profit serve food and cut trees. It's good. Good. I would do that, but I take 10 steps. They will call me. They had to call me for, they would have to call me for that. And speaking of calling, I think it's time for lunch. But let's see here. We're going to do this. See what we can find from lunch, Joel. Late breakfast or lunch. Let's see what we can find for brunch. But yeah, hurricanes are not to play with. I've been watching the Weather Channel. That's what I do on YouTube. They did the one that hurricane that hit Louisiana. Boy, boy, I said boy. Let's see here. Uber Eats. Let's see what we're going to eat today. Okay, we got soda, so we don't need soda, so we're just going to... What are we going to eat today? Oh, Burger King. Burger King sounds... Hey, guys, Uber Eats. Yeah, but no, Hold on, let's see. I think I do some buy one get one free. Burger King, have your way. Oregon, buy one get one free. Or let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Let me go ahead and do that. We'll get back on. Yeah, volunteer work. I'll probably do it, but they probably had to call 911 from me. But yeah, let's get back and find out what's going on because they get ready to do.
I guess landfall into the Yucatan potentially here, and then it emerging into the Pacific.
You want to see this thing just go straight, but we're not done with Beryl, and that's what we see
It's
here.
got a couple of shots it's going to take. And number one, what's Jamaica going to do to it with its mountainous terrain? And then how long does it stay over the Yucatan Peninsula? Is it going to be an uppercut? It's just going to be a jab? It's going to come out just still wobbling and gain strength? That's the main story, and that's what Texas is really worried about right now. If it does that bend and that trend continues, which we'll find out in another 15 minutes, National Hurricane Center's forecast officially. But yeah, over the last couple of days, it's been concerning, watching the trending going up to the north of it.
And this is also the wind chances from the National Hurricane Center. This is one of the products that they put out. They don't put out just the cone. And chances as it emerges into the southern Gulf, not quite as high because there is still some uncertainty. The Gulf, though, is really surrounded by all land. So when you look at the great waves, a storm surge, we probably are going to get those storm surge alerts. Watches, warnings, we wait for them, but they're going to be issued along one of the coasts because no matter how you look at it, we're on the northern side of this thing right now. So I think you're right.
So yeah, I mean, look at the onshore push. So waves are going to be a problem into the weekend for the Gulf Coast. Current risk will be very high. I wouldn't even get in the water, especially if you're very inexperienced.
Where you go?
It's the
Order
4th
a
of July holiday,
salad.
though, and people are going to go to the beaches no matter what. And you've got big time heat.
Oh, yeah.
So people are trying to escape the heat. By the way, it's a holiday. Maybe you're already on vacation. 4th of July is coming up tomorrow. Weather could be a challenge for so many of you trying to enjoy the weekend. If you do plan on traveling, storms could be, well, a challenge. If you are flying in the skies, especially, there's a look Thursday into Friday where you could see some of those delays as a result of the severe chances and the storm chances. If your plane can get around it, great. If not, you might see some delays pushed back.
All right, we'll go ahead and do this real quickly. But yeah, this weekend, if you're traveling, you go on a cruise, good luck. I'm just saying, good luck if you're going on a cruise. Don't forget, if you, especially during hurricane season, you got to have insurance. This is one of the reasons. This is the reason why you should have insurance when you're going on your cruise or you're going on your vacation. Have to have insurance and bill. That's not going to happen. Jennifer says Chick-fil-A has a good salad. Honey mustard dressing. I don't like. See, my salad. I don't like dressing. I don't like salad dressing on mine. If I have salad, it has to be dry. Let's see here. Ooh. Let's see here. Dun dun dun. I gotta pay my bills first. Mm-hmm. That's cool. All right. Pick up orders. No. Chick-fil-A. Yeah, because they gotta do it Uber Eats or DoorDash. Let me go ahead and make sure. Gotta make sure I have money in my account. Mm-hmm. Gotta make sure you get these per hour. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. My doctor's appointment July 9th. Mm-hmm. I know what you're gonna say. Okay. Yes. Let me go ahead and check my account. Dun, 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 dun. Shitty gritty. Oh, 226. Give me a second. I gotta do this real quick. We go ahead and do this. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Gotta pay some bills. They got, yeah. Let's see here. Consumer cellular phone number. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just gonna be in here. Gotta pay some bills. Waiting for that. Give me a second. And mm-hmm.
Consumer Cellular. Main menu. To activate a new phone or SIM,
It wins square in that Category 4 status. Major hurricane, and it's bearing down on the island country of Jamaica right now. There are tropical storm force winds already over the island. Expecting to feel hurricane force winds over the next several hours as it races over to the west-northwest at 18 miles per hour. So the hurricane is now edging right.
Yes. 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 All right. Woohoo! Had to pay a bill. I just got that note. Had to pay my bill.
Yeah. Port Lavaca, there's Freeport up there, and they're mentioning folks who live in the Western Gulf need to follow this thing.
Yeah,
So
me
there has been a slight change to the tone, even in the Gulf of Mexico, because the chances of this still moving into Mexico, it's still a hurricane as it emerges in the Gulf.
It's a flip of a coin on this point.
Yeah,
but
I don't think you can hang on too tightly to anything this far out for the
You're still going
bay.
to get tropical storm force winds at
Yeah.
least around southern Texas.
I think, the change here is that they have it re-strengthening, and it does show that maybe it does encounter a more conducive environment in order to kind of re-strengthen or at least reorganize. Does the center even break up over the Yucatan? I think talking about a little bit of a change, but I don't know. I still think if you're in the Yucatan Peninsula and you're in Cancun, I don't feel they're heading down this way.
No,
This is going to be a very challenging forecast for the day.
tomorrow morning, still a major hurricane.
Yeah.
There is that possibility that even as it moves toward the Yucatan, it could remain that type of intensity. It's outperforming its intensity. The storm surge in Jamaica, the near-term threats are real. 6 to 9 foot above what's normally dry ground. That storm surge threat is real, certainly for the south-facing shores of Jamaica. But the fact that there's still finding winds at about 145 miles an hour.
Has
This
not
is
slowed
Cat
down.
4 that's going to graze Jamaica.
I mean, it's eerily similar to Dean too, just on the track. Dean was back in what 2007, right? 2007, and that thing just missed it by about 25 nautical miles. 25 miles, I should say, south of Jamaica is where the eye went through. The strongest wind core for Dean was just offshore. This one, it looks like the wind field may be a little bit bigger, so they're starting to get the tropical storm force winds in there. But the hurricane force winds, the core is still away from Kingston at this point, but you can see it on that side of the imagery, you guys. You can see the big bubbling up the clouds. That's the eye wall. You can trace that out where it's going to go, just barely down the south of Jamaica.
The hurricane force winds extend, 40 miles out from the center?
That hasn't changed.
I don't think that's changed.
45, yeah.
45 now. Okay, so it grew a little bit, which is, you see it flattening, right? The pressure went up just a little bit, so it's going to continue to flatten out. But that could make a big difference, right? If now you're under that threat, especially on the southern end of it. Kingston, at this point, 80 miles from the center of Beryl. I think, too, also just a couple days ago, when you talk about staying in tune with the forecast because it is evolving, the intensity really has hung on here. And even if we look back to Monday, when you looked at the initial code from the NHC, the thinking was that wind shear would have won out, Beryl would have weakened to at least maybe a strong hurricane, not a major one, and we just have not seen that yet.
We haven't seen it. And there have been a few, aside from the stats, the numbers here, the changes, it looks like Mexico, they've gone ahead and issued a hurricane warning for the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah,
Did you guys cover that?
Yeah, including Cancun.
Yeah, including Cancun. So you mentioned that. And yeah, aside from that, it still continues to outperform what the intensity forecasts have shown. And as it makes its move toward Jamaica, we're going to see quickly these conditions go downhill. It's still sunny in Negril, where Robert Ray is on the western coast.
Yeah.
But the storm is moving in, and those hurricane force wind gusts certainly going to be felt.
Let's get the sinking air, but that's not going to last much longer. Look at that cloud chip right across the middle part of Jamaica.
And it slowed down a little bit, right? Now you probably talked about
By
that.
2 miles per hour.
By 2 miles per hour.
So it's moving west-northwest at 18 miles per hour, which is
Okay.
still a pretty good clip. I
Yeah,
mean, if it was
it was
going
moving fast.
3 miles per hour, that's when you talk about flooding rains. Still going for about a foot of rain at the highest amounts for Jamaica.
A long story still ahead with Hurricane Beryl, but we watch as it will soon make its closest call with the island of Jamaica. Stay with us here on Fox Weather as we track this Hurricane Beryl. Weather Command will be right back.
We'll be right back. Weather Command. And we're back into our local coverage. And so the latest advisory is still Cat 4. It's on the collision course with Jamaica, 954. The winds are 145. And this is breaking news. It's slowing down. It used to be, it was 23 miles per hour. It's slowing down to 18. Problem. When the hurricane slows down, the wind currents in the south, it's not moving as fast as it is. So they can't tell where the actual eye wall is going to be. Major problems. Major problems, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we're here. So major problems with that. We're here. You're here. I'm here. It's never going to happen. So let me go ahead and do this. I'm making my list. Dun, dun, dun. So chat with the program. Salad. I don't do salads. Did I say that? I sure did. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, this is getting ready to be the top of the hour. Those of you who want to know, this is going to be the top of the hour. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that button. Hit that thumbs up button. So we're getting to the top of the hour, and I would be going on to the view, but not today. But yes, coming up to the top of the hour, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock West Coast, Ocean. Good morning. Yeah, good morning, everybody. But I am doing this. Ooh, I like her. I like it like that. Yeah. So I got paid. Let's see. I paid my electric yesterday. Paid my rent yesterday. Only thing I have to pay is my cable and internet, and then the money is mine. Ha ha ha! All right, so guys, don't forget it is 10 o'clock. It's top of the hour, and welcome in. Let's see if we can get the latest updates of the Category 4 hurricane. Here we go. Here we go. Top of the hour.
It's Wednesday, July 3rd, the 4th of July, just a day away. Travel, it is on the minds, I'm sure, for so many running out to get last minute things, including jumping state lines to get fireworks.
But we have a firecracker in the Atlantic. Yeah, you have to say
We do.
Yeah, right. We'll have more on that travel, but this thing, the forecast needs to watch closely. If you live stateside, let's say in South Texas, that's how we're going to kick off this hour. Hurricane Beryl, already blamed for at least 6 deaths, has its sight set on Jamaica. Jamaica and the Cayman Islands are staring down a monster this morning. We broke this newest advisory from the National Hurricane Center to you just a couple of minutes ago. But to recap, winds still consistent, 145 miles an hour. That pressure up just a tad, 2 millibars, which sometimes is an indication that it's weakening. But this is still a powerful storm, and it looks like it will raise Jamaica, Marissa, as a major Category 4 hurricane this afternoon.
Yeah, not a lot of notable changes, but notable impacts, life-threatening impacts from Haiti all the way into Jamaica and the Cayman Islands that we'll be watching for today. It is going to take a lot to slow this down. As you mentioned, still a Category 4 hurricane. And as we watch it take aim at the end,
I'll be right back.
Still questions remain of how strong it will be.
Hurricane warnings have also been expanded to include parts of Mexico and Cancun as Hurricane Beryl moves at an impressive speed toward Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. The prep time window for folks there, it's about to close. Jamaica's prime minister declared a nationwide curfew. That's already in effect. It began at 6 this morning and it runs through 6 tonight to, quote, ensure the safety of everyone during the passage of the storm. With already 6 people dead, fears that number could rise.
Yeah, Beryl already won for the record books. I mean, we saw it jump from a depression to a Category 3 in just 42 hours. So since its inception, it's continued to break records. It was then the earliest Cat 5 on record and the strongest Atlantic hurricane in the month of June.
And just in a few hours, we're going to see those conditions deteriorate rapidly. That'll likely begin around midday. Winds could gust to tropical storm force as early as later this morning. We've seen it on the eastern coast of Jamaica. But this storm, it's a monster, and the alerts that we have out, I mean, even continuing with what Beryl's going to do through the Caribbean, will it remain a major hurricane all the way to Mexico or Belize, more likely Mexico?
No, not a lot of change in the forecast thinking right here, at least since the 5 a.m. advisory we've been watching. So, yeah, we've expanded some of the warnings in the advisories for sure around Mexico. But the strength and the changing direction going up to the north hasn't really been fluctuating too much over the last couple of runs. So we're still watching this to turn into a hurricane Category 1 once it emerges back into the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to be over the weekend. The bend up to the north is still apparent, but they haven't changed the cone too much since 5 o'clock. I mean, that's good for Texas, but it still puts you on the bad side for Texas. You're still going to get some kind of a result, either heavy wind and rain, storms here.
I think the cone tells us there's something else too, at least this morning, and we're not ignoring what's going to happen in Jamaica. We have some time. We could have landfall as early as Sunday morning in the Gulf Coast, or it might not be until Monday morning. How this thing shifts, and that gives you a lot of time. I mean, that would give Beryl a lot of time over the Gulf of Mexico. In the Caribbean, though, look by tomorrow morning, Marissa, it is still a major Category 3 hurricane.
I guess the anticipation is once we get past Jamaica, will that disrupt it a little bit given the more mountainous terrain of Jamaica? Perhaps, but it's an island, and you're still getting a majority of the storm over a very warm Caribbean. So the question is, what will the wind shear do aloft? What will those westerly winds do? Are they able to get enough wind shear to tear it apart, bring in the dry air? And that's the thinking that once we get over here, we do start to weaken. But you notice Thursday morning, still a Category 3 hurricane, even after landfall is when we see it weaken, which no surprise there. That's what happens when you run into land. But, you talk about the Yucatan Peninsula preparing for potentially still a very strong, if not major hurricane.
Yeah, and
That got a lot of momentum getting in there too. So it's going to hold on to its wind field for quite some time. And if it's over the Yucatan Peninsula for a shorter period of time and emerges back into the warmer Gulf, forget about it. It's going to strengthen up again.
And when we look at satellite, this is infrared, so it measures the temperatures of the clouds. And so these brighter colors, an indication of some very cold cloud tops. So it's the top levels of our atmosphere. And when you know that they're tall, you know that they're cold, but you also know that that's some significant weather at the surface. And you have that generally wrapping around the core. That's significant. The other thing that hasn't been lost on me, Marissa, you pointed it out, but that rain band just to the east, moving into Haiti. Haiti's very much a part of this story of Hurricane Beryl.
And, yesterday we were talking about the impacts to the Dominican Republic as well as Haiti. It seems like Beryl further enough to the west where the DR not seeing so much, but Haiti, even the NHC saying we could still see life-threatening flooding throughout the day across Haiti because of the intense moisture and rain still working its way into the island.
You passed on right.
You talk about Kingston, Jamaica right there. We're just starting to see
my pockets.
Winds and the rain.
They've got the clouds.
My pockets are out because I'm out of money.
It usually is, except now we got a little bit of shear that's blowing off those thunderstorm tops and blowing it across the sky. So you can't see it, but as hurricane hunters are flying through, they're still seeing a closed off eye that's 20 nautical miles wide. It's 23 miles wide itself. The eye is there, you just can't see it. The central dense overcast is covering it up at this point, but that, doesn't mean it's lost any strength at all.
It also just makes it even all the more remarkable that yesterday hurricane hunters flying into the storm and that
I had to keep you guys' attention. That's how I keep you guys' attention.
in a low shear environment where things in a way are uniform throughout the atmosphere when we look at the wind speeds and directions, but then you get just a little bit, and even a major Category 4 hurricane like this, it changes how it's presenting on visible satellite.
It just
at the very
might not look as good, but that is a Category 4.
Those thunderstorms
that's the eye
is, those are still quite potent. And that's going to be the side of Jamaica, the northern side of this storm.
And it's overshooting cloud tops, what that is.
Yeah, that's still very healthy. So the winter hasn't been able to do much. Not at this point.
And when you get a flare up, you call them hot towers, even though those clouds are super cold, but you got a hot tower and with this core, it's being fed off of the Caribbean. And this is a very warm part of the Atlantic Basin, no doubt there, but it's getting closer and closer to Jamaica. So we're watching that. We've had a close call with Jamaica and a previous hurricane as we're looking at these hurricane force winds. That was Hurricane Dean back in 2007. It was an August hurricane. It was from the MDR. This storm had quite the journey, and it was also pretty intense. A couple of times it reached Category 5 intensity. In fact, right before making landfall in the Yucatan. It was also a Cat 4 south.
It was, and you can see it's a similar track. There's no question about it. The core of the Dean winds just offshore from Jamaica itself, but still, it caused $300 million of damage, $2,007. That was an amazing storm as it went by. And again, that was late August. That was peak heating time for the Caribbean. This is well before that.
Kingston, among the towns that were hit the hardest, perishes. 2/3 of the homes, according to the post-analysis by the National Hurricane Center, 2/3 of the homes were destroyed, required major repairs. So it will, even without a direct impact, have big implications. And this thing is nastier on the northern side. The million-dollar question, let's get into it, is where Beryl's going to go. Will the Gulf of Mexico have any influence on its potential intensity? The Hurricane Center certainly thinks so. After a close call with Jamaica and a likely landfall in Mexico, maybe Belize, but that's less and less likely. What will it look like? A different way on satellite, certainly. But this is what we've seen and why we're showing you it. It has gone through quite the transformation. The current setup, though, suggests that Beryl's going to make a bend into eventually the Gulf of Mexico, and now the Texas coastline has to be on high alert. So, Marissa, the ridge that we've had, not ignoring the heat that has been experienced, Houston, days of heat advisories, Louisiana coming off the heels of yet one of their hottest Junes on record. Yet again, this thing's steering, Beryl.
Yeah, I think this has been the ridge that's protected us from other systems even earlier in the month. Unfortunately, so for northern Mexico, a lot of them, as a result, have been steered right into northern Mexico. But with that ridge starting to break down just a little bit as if energy comes in from the west, is that erodes the ridge and we get a little bit more eastward movement in that. Does it then open up a window for maybe Beryl to capitalize on it? If it's strong enough, it can overcome a lot of that.
It might still be a major hurricane, despite the dry air, despite
I don't
this
want to make
trough
it a
and that
combo.
wind shear.
It's going to be very close. I think the official forecast is 115 miles per hour just offshore from the Yucatan, which is Category 3, considered to be a major storm. A lot of momentum with this thing going down, so it's going to take a while for it to unwind. And once it does hit that land, it emerges pretty quickly into the Gulf of Mexico. Those waters, guys, still mid-80s. I mean, it's a powerhouse right there for fuel. You're talking high-octane fuel for the storm. Temperature of 85, 86 degrees, that water temperature, and it's deep too. Water content goes down pretty deep. So even if it upwells it, it's still going to have a lot of warm water to work with. Look at the spread there. Each individual one of these models right there, you can see the ensembles. It's a huge spread. So it's so hard to forecast exactly whom is going to get pounded the hardest out of this thing on the Gulf side. But Texas is on the bad side.
And I'll say, I want to use their words exactly. The National Hurricane Center with this news advisory: interest elsewhere in the northwestern Caribbean Sea and the western Gulf of Mexico, including southern Texas, should closely monitor the progress of Beryl. So, acknowledging that while there's a great spread, there has been a it could take a more northern solution.
I'm just glad you pointed that out. I was looking at it. I brought it up to. I think that's a really important piece of the puzzle here. We're still several days out. If we did see impacts anywhere into the Texas Gulf Coast, that would be Sunday into Monday. And I think we're going to be seeing impacts in some way, whether it's direct or indirect. But it's way too soon to write this off. And you don't want to incite panic, but you also want to keep that mindset that you can't tune out the forecast, even though we're heading into a holiday weekend.
Just be aware, because you're going to get some effects from it in southern Texas. I don't think there's a question at this time. It's just how bad and what you're going to find. You're definitely going to see the wind and the wave action pick up probably by, you're talking early Saturday. Once it emerges off the Gulf and gets in there, you're going to see the wave and wind action pick up pretty quickly. Storm surge and all
yes, Jennifer, I have pants on.
Some of that too, and then wind and rain. You're on the bad side of this right now, Texas. So we'll see. If it doesn't gain a lot of strength, then you'll be all right. But some of these areas, San Antonio, West, they need rainfall. Coastline immediately in Texas, you don't need any more rain. You're good.
When we look at the intensity, I'm thinking the forward motion, it's slowed 2 miles an hour. It's still 18 miles an hour. And there's been discussion, this Category 5 Beryl at the time when it was a Cat 5 was one of the fastest moving Category 5s on record that we have. We look, and land interaction is one thing, certainly rugged terrain, but it's not going to be over the Yucatan a long time. As it moves quickly, we certainly will have a disruption because it's not getting its fuel, but there might be a bit of a surprise when we watch Beryl emerge into the Gulf of Mexico. It's nice that the intensity forecasts have noted maybe a slight uptick in the intensity as it emerges here. There's not been a lot of time for it to recover. The Bay of Campeche, after a couple of landfalling storms, emerged here, but it doesn't take long.
It doesn't take long, and it doesn't emerge as a closed or open wave.
Really.
If it's closed, it'll be easier to kind of get itself back together. If there's not a lot of shear, and it doesn't look like there will be over the bay, then it more than likely can reorganize. And in fact, you look at the NHC in the forecast cone, they do have it.
I made sure it's that PG-18, buddy.
Look at the wave action. You're talking about rip currents too. You're talking about a holiday weekend. I mean, this is going to be dangerous out there for swimmers from Brownsville all the way up to Corpus, all those areas, up Padre Island, all those regions right there. You need to be careful, especially coming in there.
This is a powerful storm, and it has had a lot of energy with it. This will take up a good chunk of the Gulf of Mexico, and we'll probably see even that.
Well, you never know it might be PG-18.
A lot of time to watch this, but time is moving on. Speaking of, we are now just 1 hour from last hour, closer to the 4th of July. It's happening in less than 24 hours. Storms, though, stateside could threaten the fun for some. We're keeping tabs on what's going on.
All right. So let me go ahead and do this real quickly. Take it to the Fox Weather Channel. Yeah, so I'm just here. I'm trying to figure out some stuff here. Uh, keep shopping, no. Okay, so that is just one. See, yeah. Hold on, I'm just trying to do this one. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so I'm looking at Subway. That's what I'm doing here. So yeah. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and do this. Keep shopping. I'll look at some tuna. I'm just trying to figure it. I don't want to make a combo. I don't want to make it a combo. All right. Jennifer, what am I doing the 4th of July? This. Right here. 4th of July. I'm doing this. I've been doing an all day event. I haven't done one in a while, and yeah. Add it to the bag? No, I don't want to add it to the bag. Oh my god. I didn't want to. See, Jennifer, I went to Subway trying to be healthy, and now I'm having problems with Subway. Let's see here. I got $60 on my other account. Edit, yeah. Gold tubing. Uh, let's say put one tube. Let's see here. Come on, really? Thank you. I'll make it regular cheese. Yep. Let's see, lettuce. Roasted tomatoes, okay. Remove onions. Okay, I got me some tuna subs. So hopefully it works. Maybe I can test for it. I got two. $36. All right. I'm just sitting here. What? Destination Sherry. What am I? It's not gonna be into the fall. What is 36? No, I hit the wrong button. I wasn't gonna do it, but yeah, I hit the. I didn't want to make a combo, so yeah. Removed, yes. All right. I don't want to make it a combo. Oh no, it's November of next year. Okay, that's better. Let's see it here. Uh, there's one way for that's one way for a cruise. Yeah, I know. All right. So over delivery, no traction. Yeah, uh, 16. Let's see here. Oh, I could do that too. Are you gonna set up? Are you gonna set up a payment plan? Are you gonna set up a payment plan? We did for the rises 200 a month. No, yeah. See, Jennifer, I can. Do they check your credit to try to set up the plan for that? I don't know. Oh, uh, speaking of coming in to coming in from the basement. What was trying to mention? Coming in,
Hey Z, how's it going?
it's going, man. Yeah, it's going pretty good, man.
Listen, listen. You and Jennifer, or you, Jennifer and Andrew, you guys need to get together and get that Z Barcation News weather report going this weekend. And people are looking forward to some news like that and find out what's going on in the port of Galveston. They need to know Z Barcation.
See my kid. Yeah, there's a couple things. Not doing Greyhound. So if you're gonna buy me a plane ticket here back on Southwest Airlines, and then the hotel, you gotta pay for the hotel.
Now you're talking way too much now. Hey, Anthony on the move. Welcome in, Anthony. Appreciate you being in here.
Yeah. So, now, if it was like 10 or 20 years ago, that would probably happen then. Lower credit. Yes, but lower credit will have a higher interest.
There you go.
Oh, she want to know about the payment plan that she's doing at Carnival. They changed.
I'm really bad. As far as keeping up with cruises, Jennifer, which cruise is that Horizon? Is that the eight days going further south, or is that the ABC Islands? Which one is that, Jennifer?
I see Jennifer needs to come up here. I know
She does. She does.
Jennifer,
that's okay though.
yeah, I understand.
We know who your real friends are.
Working 9 to 5. Some people have to work. Thank God I don't have to work. Did you hear from the View? No, they're doing reruns.
Do it for the View. Do it for the Gram. Do it for the YouTube. Do it.
Do it for your channel.
Demarcation weather report. No, you seriously. You guys should go live. You don't have to necessarily go down there, but go live and do a show together.
It costs money, Bill.
You don't have to go down there, Z, just like you're doing right now, but just talk weather.
Oh yeah, that's why I got this on standby. Yeah,
but you Jennifer, Jennifer Andrew, go talk weather.
And Jennifer and Andrew, yeah. See, you're not working on the weekend. It's supposed to hit. It looks like. Oh, here's the latest update. Hurricane warnings for Jamaica. Hurricane watches for Cancun and Cozumel.
Wait, what? There's hurricanes?
Yeah, hurricane watch. Mm-hmm. I know you're trying to be funny, Bill, but yeah.
I am. I mean, we go through this every year. Wait, it's hot in Texas?
Yeah.
In the wintertime, it snows in Michigan?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So,
please tell me why Michigan, our power lines, they snap and freeze every year. Why our power lines are not underground, just same as Texas. Why aren't your power lines underground? You get hurricanes every year. If you got to replace a power line, put it underground.
Well, see, you know what happened?
Florida, underground.
That's a good thing. That's good. Do you remember Superstorm Sandy that hit New York City?
I do. I almost got stuck there. I just barely beat it out. I was in New York at the time, and I barely beat it out.
Mm-hmm. Well, they put their power lines underneath, and the surge came into the power lines, and they were out of power for a while. I remember it because I watched it and I said, "Wow."
And I don't know what it would cost. I'm not privy to that kind of information. But if you had to redo power lines all over again, like in Michigan, why? When my power goes out of here, when you fix it, put it underground. Every year we go through the same thing every year. You know, the tropics. You gotta build these. You know, I mean, Bahamas went to it, and now it's not as nice when you got the straw market and you can't see any straw. But they built something now that's so strong it withstands a hurricane, and that's like you're gonna have to withstand a hurricane. Don't know if it's this year, don't know if it's next year, but within the next year or two, you're gonna have to do a hurricane. So
yeah, it's the same problem with Puerto Rico. I mean,
same thing. And I
Puerto
don't
Rico,
know, like you know, you run into some problems like Louisiana. Some of it's under you're below sea level, so that's not practical to go underground. Hey, Glow Bees, travel.
well, good. Yes, good morning, and is it? It's still morning in America, but yeah, yes. So that is what is update. You know, this hurricane, it's the first in history. It's a Cat 5. The area is Cat 5. It's just this thing is, and I feel sorry for the people of Jamaica. Uh, it has 145-mile-per-hour winds. The northeast side of the hurricane is going to hit Jamaica. Yeah, so like every year, like you said, every year hurricanes come. So I don't know why the government, I don't know why the city uh, don't prepare for that. Now, here's the thing I want to talk about. Let's think about hurricanes. What if a Cat 4 and a Cat 5 hit Miami? They don't have a
Well,
they don't have a seawall.
down in Florida, it is a problem.
Yeah.
If you ever look it up, the Tampa area is like one of the ones that people worry about, like a Category 4 or 5 hitting there. It's not. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough on them if they do it. Miami, yeah, it's going to be. Miami is Miami, but they've been through it. But Tampa is the area, and that's where I want to live at. But they say that if it's a I'm on the wrong thing here. If a major hurricane hits there, it's going to be issues.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, Jennifer says, would you need to know how to drive in snow and ice like Michigan? Well,
No, Jennifer. Every year, snow and ice. I mean, you 2 or 3 times a week. Oh boy. Imagine getting hit with a hurricane. You know, every week. It wouldn't be nice. And
yeah,
that's what with the snow. You know, you in the wintertime, you get those snowstorms.
yeah. You got put those are the times you got to put chains in your car on the wheels.
We really don't do that in Michigan. Some places they do, but we really don't.
Like Jennifer said, yes, Hurricane Andrew was a Cat 5 that hit Homestead. It totally destroyed Homestead, Florida. I
Yeah.
had friends of mine that lived down there, and
those coastlines are nothing to play with. I mean, when you start getting on the coastlines, it's a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah,
California, it's a disaster. New York,
mm-hmm.
it's a disaster. You know, when if these oceans keep rising, oh, that's going to be underwater soon.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry. Let me scratch that. Not soon. Not in our lifetimes, but it's going to be underwater. I mean, this
probably 300 years.
This world is changing.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know why they keep building up. I mean, Miami keep building houses near the water. They have the it's called Star Island in Miami. That's where all the rich people live. And then it's like on an island. If a Cat 5 hit that, that's a multi-million-dollar loss. That's $1 billion loss. But yeah. I said,
it all depends.
Go ahead,
you know, people are starting to build bigger and stronger houses, and the problem you had was people were building straw houses near the coastlines, and they wouldn't last. So now that they're getting better, now the government is getting involved. Hey, you have to build it to withstand such and such and such and such and such and such. But it's going to be a disaster. Hopefully, hopefully it's not too much. Hope my biggest thing is the loss of life. So hopefully people get out. Now's the time. Now if you can, I know everybody can't, but if you can, get out and hopefully you have something to return home to. But if you're in Florida, it's going to happen. If you're in Texas, it's going to happen. If you're in Louisiana, it's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why hurricane insurance is critical, and it's expensive, but it will save your butt.
I don't know how they afford it in the insurance in Florida. I've looked in Florida. So their insurance rates are so high.
Yeah,
they're in Florida. Hats off to you, Florida. Yeah. I can't spend more for house insurance than I do for the home itself.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Sherry. No.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna hit this. I'll give me some Subway sandwiches today.
You need to eat a salad, and you need to go back to working out, Z. It shouldn't be a struggle to walk to the kitchen. You need to eat a salad.
Tuna fish is good for you. Lettuce and tomatoes. No dressing on it. Yeah. So that's and it's like buy one get one half price. So 2 foot longs for $15. You can't beat that. Well, go ahead. Place your order.
Hold on. Destination Fun says tuna fish is not good if you add all that mayo.
Oh, I don't put mayo on mine. They don't put it a lot. I said a lot.
Yeah, see, you don't put it on or you don't put a lot. So you just contradicted yourself.
Oh, hold on. Bill, take this for a second. I got to put get my other credit card. So talk about anything you want to talk about. Don't talk about me, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to talk about. This is Z. He's the only one I know that goes live and goes and do other things. Come on. Oh. Jennifer says, we leave at a high category 1 because even if the house is okay, it's hot, muggy, no power sometimes from the storm. Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine. I'm not down there, so I always said I wanted to go down there through a storm, but probably I really don't. It sounds good from up in Michigan, going through a hurricane, but I probably wouldn't be much fun, especially without the power. I've lost power, but if I drove something, a little further away, I could have power. Down there, it's like the devastation is so great. Oh, he's back now, people. Come on now.
Anyway.
So when are we gonna start working out? I need to start working out too. When are we gonna start? You riding the bike for a while? You were going to the gym?
Probably right. Seriously, I got an appointment July 9th.
What does that got to do with you working out?
Well, I got a female doctor.
What does that mean?
Kind of cute.
It's called Z. It's called a doctor, not a female, not a male.
She is a doctor.
A doctor.
Yeah,
what
she is.
Does a female doctor have to do with it?
She's my doctor.
Okay, so you have a doctor.
Female.
You have a doctor. But go ahead.
She's my what do you call it? Primary doctor.
Okay, you have a primary doctor.
She's a female. She's cute.
Why is that? What does it mean? Why? What does that mean? What? Why? What?
Because female doctors from my experience, they are very caring about their patients. I had a couple of male doctors that didn't give a crap what I did.
He was just a bad doctor. A doctor.
Yeah, here's the bad doctor. Here's the one that's good.
Okay, what does go on the 9th? You have a doctor's appointment. What does that have to do with you watching what you eat now and getting out there, walking to your mailbox to get your mail, and getting that little exercise in?
It's called breathing. It's called breathing.
But the more you do it, I'm the same way. Z. The older I get, the harder it is for me to walk and my knees hurt in the morning. My legs are stiff. I did a lot of walking yesterday, and I wake up, I can barely stand up. My knees are killing me.
You got arthritis?
You got to keep moving.
You got arthritis?
I can feel it in my hands.
I feel it in my left leg. You can hear it cracking.
Oh my! I hear mine cracking all the time. And the way I move my hand, let me explain. I practice shuffling poker chips. I got poker chips sitting on my table, my coffee table, and I practice shuffling poker chips all the time. And I can feel it like in my knuckles from practicing all. I mean, literally, when I'm sitting there watching TV, watching YouTube videos, I'm shuffling poker chips. Because I want to go when I go play poker, I want to scare people, think that I know what I'm doing. Glow Beach Travel says, remember the old Subway commercial with a guy by the name of Jared? Ooh, we don't mention Jared anymore. Or something similar who lost a lot of weight walking to Subway for sandwiches. If Z walks there may be beneficial. See, Z? Z?
Walk to prison?
Well, I mean, we're gonna leave the bad part of Jared out of here. we're a bad Jared, bad. But no, you need to exercise, and the problem with it is the less you do it, the less you want to do it. So every day that goes by that you don't exercise is one day worse. It's like, oh man, it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be harder. So you need to just nothing strenuous. Get out there and walk. Get you a little lightweight and practice. Lifting over your shoulder and get your shoulders moving. And
I might be doing that.
And that's. I mean, I'm being serious though. It may sound like I'm joking, but no, you really need to move more. I do too. It's not just you. It's me too.
That's about.
VentureCast says maybe he could take his female doctor on a date or a cruise. Maybe
she's married.
Maybe. Well, I didn't stop you last time, Z. You were trying to hook up that one doctor down in Kentucky. You were trying to bring her down there and live with you. No, that's right. You said she couldn't stay with you. I missed that season of Z.
I do too. I think that was some fun stuff, and it got some high ratings. I had some incredible watch hours. Speaking of watch hours, how can I lose? I lost. I'm down to 1,500.
See, you got to get out there. You don't go on regular times anymore. You just pop up. You do pop up lives, and nobody knows when you're gonna pop up live.
That's why you gotta hit that button.
Oh, you see? Okay, now you count on somebody else to try to keep track of your lives. Well, why not just go live? Pick a day, pick a time, go live, and everybody knows that you're going live. That's why I do Banter with Bill. I just recently changed the time, but when I do Banter with Bill at 6 p.m. Eastern time, it will start that in the next. Not this week. I may still go on tomorrow, but I don't know. But 6 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to do Banter with Bill.
Right.
And that way people know. So, now we can look for Banter with Bill at that time. And you used to be like that, Z. You used to have set times, prime time, like 8 o'clock every night. We sat in front of the TV waiting for some crazy stuff you want to say that night. And now Z doesn't show up. If he shows up, Z's coming on at 4. Oh, wait, he changed his time to 4:30. Oh, wait, it's 5:30 now. Oh, wait, it's 7. Wait, Z's not even coming on. You got to get consistent.
I will. Let's see. Hey, Bill. He wants to see a storm. Kabika. Oh, let me see what Jennifer is saying. Hey, Bill said he wants to see a storm. He could pick you up, Z, and join us. So Jennifer tried to get you to come down here so we all could go down there and watch us.
How far are you away from them, Z?
I'm 5 hours from Galveston.
Oh, God. That's driving. Okay. Nah,
Yeah.
that ain't gonna happen. I ain't nah,
It's like
not gonna happen.
if it's flying, it's like 45 minutes from Dallas. I can say the experience. Random makes it harder for audience to follow. Yeah, that is the truth. It is. It's one of those things you just. Yeah, I gotta get back to the Slater thing. That's for sure.
Anthony says, Z said, catch him when you can. See? That was a good movie, but it doesn't make for a good YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Jennifer, hold on. I saw this earlier. I just didn't comment on it.
Go ahead.
I may not have been on live.
Yeah.
Jennifer, did you guys say you guys are going live tomorrow? Wow, Jennifer says almost 7 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jennifer, you were asking me about the Upper Peninsula, the something in Michigan, and that's the same way it is with me. Not Z. The Upper Peninsula is so far away from me that I've never even been into the Upper Peninsula. I heard it's beautiful up there, but I've never been.
Global Travel. Gotta go for now. Hope everything's a great. Oh, well, thank you for coming in, bro. Thank you for coming in.
Do you watch the channel Globe's Travels? Do you watch her channel?
Yes.
Okay, because you said, "Bruh," like it was a guy.
There's some. I've been watching on YouTube. There's some guys calling their girlfriends bro. They say
Okay,
that.
okay.
I mean,
Well.
Yeah.
Gloria, Globe's Travels is
Gloria, you have a good day, Gloria.
So now you know. Oh, by the way, let's go back on this one. Bold Lion. You know that's not the Bud Files, right? Bold Lion used to come on your show and sing to you.
Yeah.
That's not the Bud Files. The Bud Files they don't sing. They've never sung to you. They're not singers. They do history. They're a history channel, basically. So next time they come on, I'll say, hey, come on and sing. They don't sing. The Bud Files.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a while since we had
Jennifer says she's going live tomorrow.
Jennifer, what time? We need times. We need people. We have schedules. We need times that we're going live.
Yeah, because we gotta wake up out of our naps.
We have to wake up out of our naps.
Yeah, we're gonna. And by the way, Jennifer, if you're gonna go live, are you gonna have guests like Warren Stone Adventures and Z Show, Who's Fun on your show?
Venture Cast.
Is he doing anything special? This is what I'm doing right here. Birthday weekend. Just gonna hang out. Let's go. Birthday wishes. If you want to contribute to the birthday, go to my community page. You see that link, BMC. It's Buy Me Coffee. Go ahead and hit that. Any amount is appreciated. Just gonna put it out there. Okay, so he said it for 11 a.m.
Is that Central Time, Jennifer? 11 a.m. Central?
Yeah.
I'm assuming probably Central.
Yeah.
So it'd be noon for me. Okay.
Every noon. Yeah. Anyway, so we had to talk about the hurricane. Bill, we haven't been to a hurricane. I think you haven't been to a hurricane, right?
No, I've never been through a hurricane.
What are you laughing?
I just got some text messages. Well, messages from people.
Oh, just take on that. Yeah. So, but yeah, you had some decent weather, not so decent weather when you're on a cruise, right?
Yeah, I've been through like hurricanes. Things go around them. The seas get rough in your rock. I'm pretty good now where it doesn't bother me, but you can see around the ship where a lot of people are getting sick, and they, Carnival puts out the little bags, and
Mm-hmm.
um, it happens. You know, I don't bring it up much because it's part of cruising. If you're gonna cruise from end of May to
Mm-hmm.
to November, you're gonna hit rough weather. I mean, there's rough weather now, and nobody wants their cruise interrupted because of rough weather. Nobody wants the ports
Yeah,
to be disrupted because of rough weather. But
but we
it's going to happen, and that's why I guess normally that's why I don't really talk about like the hurricanes so much. I'm more worried about the islands than I am worried about any cruising because cruises they're just gonna go around it basically.
yeah. There's some video out there that some people, some captains say, "Hey, I want to tease this storm." There's some captains that go through it. It's not like a tropical storm, but it's a tropical wave, and they're thinking about the money to get to the port or get to home port. And you see some damage. You see some uh, waves. You see some waves. You see especially where the portholes coming by. You see the waves. I said, man, that just been got me insane.
I don't want a ship to turn over or anything like that. But the rough waves, it's interesting. And watch the pools slosh around, and because of the wave, I don't know. I like it. I like watching it. I like things that are outside the norm.
Mhm.
Going to Cozumel, and it's just Cozumel. I mean, it's what are you gonna do differently? And who I was watching this channel, they were talking about cruisers and our videos, and we kind of do the same thing in my videos. I kind of do the same thing. So I'm trying to show something different. I'm trying to talk about my videos differently. Um, because just doing the same thing, I made it to Cozumel, I made it to Paradise Beach,
Mhm.
good weather, great time.
Oh man.
People want to hear people want to hear other things, and I'm trying to do that because we all kind of do the same videos.
Yeah, but every time I go to Cozumel, it's a different. It's a good.
It's not. It's three amigos. You do a shot. You get off the ship. Do a shot. Come back on the ship. It's not. Stop. Stop
Well,
it.
I went to the other parts of the store and got my where is my what was that? Here my rum cake.
Well, that's different. If go and get your wrong. I do remember you having all those. You still have some left?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna savor this until I go back on the next cruise.
Wow, that's pretty good. I,
Yeah,
I just knew they were gone already, but that's good.
oh, they're not gone.
Destination Fun says we changed our last one up. Yeah, and you do. Destination Fun, you to me, you have to. You have. I'm sorry, you don't have to.
Yeah,
When I say stuff like that, it sounds like I'm saying you have to, but you don't have to. But my opinion is that people like to see just different things, and I'm trying to get out of habit. I have a bad habit of I wake up. This is what I had for breakfast. I'm getting off the ship. I go to Paradise Beach. I had a drink. Got in the water. I came back. I went to the show. That's every video. Oh, what was that? Cozumel or was that Costa Maya? Was that Costa Maya or was that Belize? Was that? And so you try to. Well, I want to try to start mixing it up
well,
because I felt like the same thing. Oh, whoops, over and over again.
So, oh, by the way, y'all want to know? Is Natural Geographic is showing Shark Week. I've been watching that. I said, wow. Discovery Channel is going to be doing Shark Week this Sunday on my birthday. I love watching Shark Week.
Do people
I can,
people really still watch that? It was nice when it first came out. 20
yeah,
years later, I mean, Shark Week.
uh, yeah. The one that's hosting Shark Week for the Discovery Channel is none other than Can You See Me?
Oh, they did. Oh, somebody knew because I know one time it was Mike Tyson, then one time it was Will Smith, and
Yeah. Now it's John Cena. He needs that money.
VentureCast says, I don't mind rough seas, rocks me to sleep and cuts the crowds down. It really does. It really does, Mike. I would have lost that gamble. He still had rum cakes. Jennifer, me too. I couldn't believe it. Jennifer says, if the ships are rocking,
don't knock him.
Wow. Destination Fun says, we are trying to draft up ideas for our next cruise and having a plan together before the cruise. Yes. Yeah.
Sherry, you can go and sail out of Galveston. Hello.
That's not what she means. It's like,
I would say has she been to Belize or Honduras or Cozumel? I don't think she has.
I don't know, but it's not the places. It's what you do in those places. Yeah. And trying to, like, the cruise ship. How do you make your time on a cruise ship different than everybody else's? And that's what the challenge is.
Yeah. I mean, there's people. Yeah. Like you said, there's people go on cruises and go to like different ports to do the same thing. They go to Paradise Beach.
Yes.
Or they go to what's the other place? On the resorts area.
Mr. Sancho's.
Mr. Sancho's, or and that's all they do. Just do that over and over again.
Well, it's just you. If you want to get different results, sometimes you have to change up the subject.
Well, let's see here. I'm just checking my Subway order. Okay, they received it. So they got preparing.
How much mayonnaise did you get?
I got no mayonnaise on it. I don't put stuff on there.
I tried to trick you with that one.
Don't eat that. I don't like mayonnaise.
Wait a second. Where we're at? Jennifer says, same. I'm so excited to cruise with Destination Fun, Bill, Mike from VentureCast, and Clock.
Well, you haven't went on cruise with me yet. That will be.
Well, they were telling you they don't care about cruising with you. They just said it. Did you hear that? Did you just read that?
Yeah, I just.
I'm just joking.
Mike, yeah. I read it.
Well, no, that's not what they were saying. It's just we're going on a cruise soon together. See, this is gonna go back to me and you on a Jubilee. Oh, Billy's been eating with me. He's antisocial. The invisible man. I got other things to do. So we're gonna have dinner. It's a 3-day cruise. We have dinner, go to a show, sit down and have a drink. Then after that, who knows? They may not see me. I don't even know if I'm gonna do the slot pool. If they have a slot pool, I may not do it. I definitely don't think I'm doing a bar crawl because I don't want to drink too much.
Oh man, look what they say. Look what that Jennifer says. Jennifer says, I think Bill needs a roommate. That's not gonna.
I have a roommate. I have one. It's a surprise, but I have a roommate.
What?
I have a roommate for Utopia.
Really?
I do. None of your business either. Jennifer, I can't afford a back-to-back cruise on a Utopia. It's like paying for 5 different cruises on Carnival.
Yeah, we only have. Well, I only have one income. I know Bill only has one income. You have 2 incomes. You can afford all that stuff.
I can't. I'm fixed income down. I'm
on Social Security. And my
Wait a second.
Gonna do that. He just laughed. I talked to him last night. We were talking about, and I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about going on another cruise." He just started laughing and said, "Yeah, really? Seriously?"
You should talk a bit going on the 3-day cruise on Utopia. Brand new ship, Oasis class ship. Get a buggy, what a scooter.
I still got
You a scooter to ride.
Hey, Jennifer. Okay, here's the plan. If I do that, that means, well, they're gonna be flying. See, it costs money. It costs money for me to fly from Dallas to I think to Miami.
Financial advisor.
I,
Bring him along. Tell him about this brand new ship, the Utopia, and talk him into going on a 3-day cruise. And we all go down there. Don't tell him about it's a group cruise and you want to meet the people down there. Just tell him, hey, we should go check out this ship. He should check it out and bring you along.
I say, hey, there's a lot of single females out there. Yeah. That would not happen. He done his cruising. He done a cruising with me. He done a cruising with his ex-girlfriend, and he said, "I'm done with cruising." I mean, he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys who just go to be in a resort and stay there. He's one of those guys.
Okay.
I called him on going to cruise because we were just drinking like crazy, and the Royal Caribbean commercial comes on, and I said, "Hey, that looks good. Just try it out." He said, "Okay, give me another drink." All right.
Let's see. VentureCast says I was looking at booking a celebrity cruise next month. They had some good deals.
Celebrity cruise, yeah. Let's see here. VentureCast.
Jennifer. You're on thin ice here, Jennifer.
What's this? Yeah, you can only make money. There is.
No. Jennifer knows what she said to put her on thin ice. She knows what she said. VentureCast says, yeah, the back-to-back would have been a lot, especially flying there too. But I'm looking forward to to seeing everyone on the first leg. I do want to meet everybody. I do want to meet everybody, but I'm not one of those people that I watch a lot of these group cruises, and they spend every moment together, and that just won't be me. Nothing personal. It's not that I don't like you. So let me get that out right now, because apparently people like some people think that when you don't spend every minute with them, forget about buying them drinks and stuff like that. Rob, forget about that.
Oh, we had the cruising chicks. Hey, young ladies, how you doing? Haven't seen you forever and ever. Welcome in. Welcome to the craziness.
Cruising chicks. Welcome in.
Thank you for coming in. Yes, it is 11:01. It's 11 o'clock. It's in the afternoon.
Well, it's this afternoon here.
It's afternoon. It's noon. Look at that. Look at that here. Look at this thing here. Look at that. Look at that. Hello. That's wait until I get my sandwiches. Anyway, so
nothing like a tuna fish sandwich and Fireball.
Yeah, a deadly combination. Let's see here. But the Oasis class ship, I cannot do a 3-day cruise. I'm sorry, but I can't get comfortable on a 3-day cruise unless somebody pay for it. That's a different question.
I can get comfortable on a 3-day cruise. Give me a cruise, I'm in.
Yeah.
Give me a 2-day cruise, I'm in.
But I think the Jubilee probably next year might be doing like a 5 days cruise or something like that. But yeah. But other than that, let me check. We'll look over here. We'll make sure the latest update.
You know what? I forgot. You, Andrew, Chet from Sea Lake Journey, and Cruise Nuts. You guys should all get like a 4-person cabin and take a cruise.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That would be the highlight of the YouTube year.
That'd be an Operation Chaos.
That would be the one.
All right. Let's see who's here.
Who could it be? Could it be
Now, thank you, sir.
Uber driver?
You make food, man. What they give me. I hope that food was
No, Anthony, no connect. No, I mean, oh yes, I'm sorry, they could. Jennifer, you and Danny should join also. But no, me and Danny, we're not. Me and Danny, no. Me and Danny, we don't do crowds well.
Dun, 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 dun. What y'all talking about?
You and the rest of the people getting one cabinet, and Anthony on the move said get connecting cabins, but it's cut down on price. If 4 of you get one cabin, man, that price would be cheap.
If we do that, we have to do it sweet.
See, now you're not. Now it's not cost efficient anymore. You start talking sweet, you might as well get your own cabin and not have a suite. I wouldn't destination fun. I wouldn't mind hanging out in Tampa. I had a great time in Tampa. You guys showed me around. I had a great time in Tampa. I would love to come down there again. Only problem with for me is I fly standby, so getting out of Tampa sometimes can be hard. This last time it wasn't, but sometimes it can be, especially in the summertime. Andrew snores. Who doesn't? Can you imagine Fat Me, Fat Z, Fat? We all snore.
Oh, we snore. Some people talk in their sleep. I talk in my sleep.
I can't, Mike. I can't do the Pullman. I'm not getting on the upper bunk. I'm afraid that if I fall off.
Wait a minute. To your chair.
Yeah, he hasn't seen you move that fast ever. Food was at the door, and Z got up and ran to the door. He can barely walk any other time, but food's at the door. Here goes the road runner. The coyote's after you, road runner. No, you're through. Better not get caught or you're through, or something like that. Road runner. Okay.
Well, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, cruising chicks. Hold on. Are we planning a vloggers cruise right now? Just tell us when and where. No, but maybe. Who knows? I would love to do a cruise. See, I can't. Embarkation Nation and Destination Fun. They like the cruises way up here. I want a cheap Carnival cruise. When I say cheap, I mean like a mid-sized ship, Spirit class ship maybe, and do a cruise together, and we could do a group cruise that way. But they want to go on NCL Prima, and I can't afford the Utopia.
I can't afford that either.
Utopia 7-day Wonder of the Seas. I can't afford it. That it's $5,000 to go on something like that for me.
Yeah, especially when you got to pay it by yourself. You got your boyfriend, fiance, whatever. You got 2 incomes there. We got to pay double.
Two.
We got to pay double. We pay double.
Double.
Yeah. Please. Clocking in like. Yeah, see.
Oh, Jennifer. That ice just got thinner. Jennifer, the ice just got thinner. Just so you know, you were on thin ice. It's dangerous. One more, you're going through. Okay, I'm just saying.
Let's see. Cookie Kid Chick says, "Let's go hop on the Carnival Horizon and go." You know what? I've been on the Triumph. I've been on the Vista. I've been on the Jubilee. It's hard to go back down. I'm just saying.
Well, so you don't like cruising. You like ships. You don't like cruising. Because see, I can go cruising on any ship. But you like ships. There's a difference.
I love ships. Yeah. I've been on the Navigators. Oh. So number one is the Jubilee. Number two is the Navigator Seas. And you know the reason why for the Navigator Seas. Out of control, chaos, Royal Caribbean, Drake package starts when you get on board the ship. I know Carbo's cheap. Hey, speaking of cheap, did you see that video of those knuckleheads fighting on a cruise ship again?
That's always going to be fights on a cruise ship.
I mean,
yes, I did.
We didn't have no fight on the Jubilee, as far as I know.
You may not know it, but I'm sure there was somebody got into a fight. Security did something.
Yeah, but you're gonna fight on the cruise. You know what? I think when you get on a cruise, I think you need to do a background check.
Really?
I'm just saying.
Really?
Especially those 3-day cruises, you know, because this is what the 3-day cruise is all about in Carnival.
Be careful what you ask for. They start doing those background checks on those more expensive cruises. A lot of the more expensive cruises, people won't be going on if they start doing background checks.
They do
So
background
be careful. Don't try to limit it to 3-day cruises. If you're going to do it for everybody.
I mean, well, background
Do
check.
it for everybody.
I can pass a background check.
Do it for everybody.
Yeah, do that. Let's do a background check. They'll cut some of that stuff down. But yeah, it was a big old couple weeks ago. I think it was Paradise, 3 days. Carnival Paradise, and they're on the way to port. It's the last day of the cruise. Apparently, somebody got mad because they want to go get some pizza. Basically, they were throwing chairs. It was like Jerry Springer.
Yeah, what I don't understand is people go on a 3-day party cruise, and then when something happens, I don't know what happened. You went on a party ship with teenagers that drink.
Mm-hmm.
Who couldn't see trouble?
Yeah,
if you go on the Paradise, that's what you're going to get.
You seen girls fighting. That's and they can't handle that. They're trying to say, hey, since I'm going on a 3-day cruise and they got this 15 limit, I'm going to drink as much as I can for 3 days.
Yeah, that's where Royal is going to a 3-day cruise on the newer ships, but the prices are so high that you eliminate a lot of the younger crowd.
Yeah,
you know, it just the average the average teenager doesn't care about the ship so much. They just want to go there for the party atmosphere. So
yeah, for us grown folks, we want to have quiet. Just saying.
No, that's you old folk. Well, let me take that back. I like quiet, like when I'm having dinner. You know, I like quiet. Some of these ships, they turn the volume way too high on the background music.
Yeah.
Because you can't sit there and have a simple conversation like on the Lido, not on the Lido deck, in the buffet area. You're supposed to be able to hear the music, have a conversation, and some of them turn it up too loud.
Let's see. Celebrity is a 3-day cruise. Sorry, Sherry. And we got a special guest. We got Chat for Sea Lake Journeys. We got Chat for Sea Lake Journeys. Thank you for coming in, bro. Down there in Florida, man. You're the man. You did a good show today. I had to watch that show because it was good. It was really good. And, yeah, we are talking about cruising. We're also talking about the weather situation. We'll give an update real quickly before we continue. Let me go ahead and do that. Yes, it is still 145 miles per hour. The pressure is 954 millibars. It has slowed down. Now it's 18 miles an hour west-northwest, and that's a problem. So it's slowing down and it's going west northwest, and it's slowing down. That's not good. There are hurricane warnings in Jamaica. There are hurricane watches in um, uh, Cozumel, and near the Yucatan. It's gonna be crazy. And now, Jennifer and Watershot Adventures want me to go down to Texas to cover this stuff. I'm not.
Zbarkation News, weather, Zbarkation, Z Embarkation Nation together doing the news. It's YouTube gold. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Take that.
but yeah, it's one of those things you just gotta say. Yeah,
Z, do you see Chet is at the gym?
yeah, he's at the gym
You
working
see how
out.
he works out? Z, you need to start working back out. I'm sorry. We need to start working out. I'm telling you.
You know why he's working out?
Because he doesn't want to be old and fat like us.
No, because he has a wonderful, incredible wife, Robin. I don't have nothing. You don't have nobody.
Woohoo! Woohoo! You know nothing about what I have. Woohoo!
I know you don't have a
Don't
girlfriend.
include me in your group, Z.
Okay.
Don't include me in your group.
So I don't have enough. I have nobody. Apparently, Bill has a secret, top secret girlfriend. Don't want to say. But hey, you never. So yeah. Now we got the roommate situation. Might be a female, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa.
What?
Your roommate, is it a female?
Oh no. I like to enjoy my cruise. No. See, now you got me sounding like Z. No.
Yeah, that was funny.
No, it's no secret. It's gonna be my son. He always kind of rags on Carnival, so he's only been on the Oasis class ship, and he went on the Allure, but older ship. So I talked him into going on this one so he can see what a brand new royal ship looks like. So I want to take him on.
Which one are you going on?
Utopia of the Sea.
Oh.
Jennifer, stop. Thin ice. Stop. What you did. Thank you.
So many things to say here, but I'm on to that. See, Jennifer can say that because she's not on camera.
I'm sure she's gonna tell me later on.
Yeah, she'll tell you. Yeah, figure it someday. Come on, y'all. 10 more. 10 more what? 10 more hours? Yeah. No. USD can actually shirts.
Or Destination Fun. He could come down there on you and Danny's next cruise, and you guys could have like matching shirts. That would be sweet. Z could be like the adopted son. We're going to say adopted dad. And you guys could do that.
Thanks for all the dark demons, Sherry. I think me and Danny will be having too much fun with talking video games and how to create video systems and PC. I mean, me and Danny will be talking shop, and you go say, "Where's my boyfriend?" All he's talking is Z. Oh, they got a lot of things to talk about.
I mean, you never know. You and Danny might start a channel together. A different channel.
I said that. It was surprising. I was on their show yesterday on the chat, and Sherry looked at Danny and said, "You know, Z has a gaming home theater channel, Danny." So I'm surprised that Danny has not subscribed to that channel. I know Bill has. I don't know if Sherry did.
Good thinking. Good thinking. What? Hold on. Celebration, celebrity reflection. You, Chet, Venturecast, and we'll find you one more. But the three of you guys, y'all go down there and join Destination Fun on that cruise. That would be a 3-day cruise out of Tampa. You'll like Tampa too, Z.
I got friends that live in Tampa. I find, you know what? Where's that cruise? And how much is it?
Matter of fact, bring your financial advisor. That would be the fourth one. That's good thinking. Good thinking.
I know for a fact my financial advisor won't do a 4-room cabin. I know that for a fact. It probably had to be a balcony.
You can get 4 people on the balcony.
Oh man, see,
I mean that. I would actually pay to see that.
You would.
I would. Oh, Jennifer's. I'm sorry. Destination Fun says it's out of Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is nice.
Yeah, I don't know, small. I think it's. I'm trying to figure reflection. How big is that ship? It's easier to fly into Fort Lauderdale.
You're worried about the size of the ship. It's not about the size of the ship. It's the people that are going on the ship. You're focused on the wrong things, Z.
Well, let's see. You're going on the Oasis class ship. That's just my next cruise. That was one of the biggest cruises in the world, the Oasis class ship.
Yeah, but I'm going on the Spirit. I'm going on the Luminosa. I just got off of Margaritaville. It's about who's on the ship.
Speaking of Margaritaville, what do you think? Does it still have that same reputation to be like Jerry Springer, Maury Povich show on TV?
I went on the inaugural cruise, so that's probably not a good representation of who's going to be on the ship. But it's a cheaper price cruise, a shorter cruise, so it's probably going to be like a party ship. But the ship itself was fine. I don't know if I would fit in with the crowd that's going to go on. It's going to be like the Paradise. It's going to be on like the Conquest. It's going to be probably on those lines. I don't know what, as far as being out of Tampa. I mean, the Paradise. I would imagine it probably would rate up there like with the Paradise.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's got to be, yeah.
but just even saying the Paradise, that doesn't mean every Paradise cruise is bad. But it has the chance because it's going to be a younger crowd that's drinking a lot, and that's where you run into your problems more than likely.
Eddie and Alex are going to Paradise. Well, that's it. And the thing is, the smaller ship. When you go on I know Bill is different, but when I went on the newest XL class ship, and then you gotta drop down to the smaller ship, I will feel that the comparison. I would say. Because I've been on the Vista class. I love the Vista class because I knew everything. I love that ship because I knew that ship because I've been on it twice. I knew where everything was, so
Okay.
Jubilee was interesting.
What did you do different on the Jubilee that you couldn't do on any other ship?
The Vista.
What did you do on the Jubilee that's different than what you can do on any other ship?
Oh, they got Jubilee had a bigger casino.
What can you do on? Well, what did you do on the Jubilee that you couldn't do on another ship? Casino you can do on any ship.
The casino was bigger,
but you can still gamble. It's still a casino. What Z answer the question. What did you do on the Jubilee that you couldn't do on any other ship?
Relax.
You can do that on any ship. See, that's all about the ship for you because you're not telling me anything that now if you told me like if I said whatever was Navigator that had the Flow Rider You can
Oh,
say, "Oh, I did the flow rider." Well, I did. Oh, that's something different. I can't.
yeah.
You have to go on a certain class ship to get the flow rider.
Full rider.
Jubilee, everything you did on the Jubilee, you could do almost on any ship.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. It was. I went on the Jubilee basically because it was the newest ship in Galveston. It was the first ship, the first cruise, and then I'll try to go back. My brain says, "Well, how you gonna compare that to your next cruise?" That's why I'm thinking about NCL. It's gonna be a different cruise company. So it's gonna be different. I've been waiting for I'm waiting for the stuff to find out what is the difference between NCL and Carnival. I know.
Now that is something different. Going on a different cruise line just because you want to see how they operate. See, that's something different.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like if you went on a Carnival, what makes the Excel class ship so much different than any other one?
Oh, it's longer.
What does that mean?
The Vista class feel very, very crowded. A lot of people.
What does that mean, though? I mean, it's bigger.
It was so crowded on the Vista.
The Vista?
The Jubilee. I got to get to go to the main dining area. Don't have to wait. Don't have to wait. The line.
Everybody has their opinion.
Yeah,
but
I didn't have to wait. Guy's Burgers, which me and Bill had our real exciting adventure at Guy's Burgers.
Oh yeah, right. When you took over my show, for an hour, but then you went on there, Bill, that he ain't a real friend. You remember that? See, remember all that? You took over my show for an hour. I let you banter with Bill. It's banter with Z, and all that Bill. I never saw him again. You bashed me, Z. You hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. Well, you didn't, but some of us have short memories.
Yeah, I got old timers. I got dementia. I got one of those. I agree with the differences. Yeah, different. Chat. You know what? I think we're gonna be serious and gonna get like a good cruise for all guys. Virgin Voyages. I would do that. Virgin Voyages, and basically Virgin Voyages. They got some deals for solo cruisers. Virgin Voyages. I think they got 5 days or something. Chad, I know Chad been on. He loved Virgin Voyages. It was different. Bill, have you been on Virgin Voyages yet?
No. Z, in all realness, Virgin Voyages, I can't see you on it. Your mind is not open enough to get on something like Virgin Voyages. I would love to be on there, and you're on Virgin Voyages, and I would love to. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I would love to see you interact with the people on Virgin Voyages. I would pay money to see that. I think your head might explode. From what I know about you, I think your head would explode.
Me too.
Some of those shows I've seen on Virgin Voyages, I think your head would explode.
Yeah. So it's I've been through that. Let's see. These guys only cruise on Virgin. Oh, I like that. That sounds like a plan. No, Jennifer. Absolutely not. I forbid it. You don't want to you're not going to get a tattoo.
Why not?
You're going to get a tattoo, that's life. And then when you get like 70, it's going to be all sagging and whatever. It's going to be, you can't even recognize the tattoo.
But it's about living for the moment. You worried about something that's 40 years from now. You live for the moment. Live to enjoy life now.
Yeah, the funny thing is, my mom got a tattoo. I said, "Oh, yeah, Lord."
Who got a tattoo?
My mom did.
What's wrong with that?
In the 60s, she got a tattoo.
Aw.
I said, what? Yeah, tattoo.
Why would it bother you if she got a tattoo?
It's just mom.
No, don't explain it to me.
Mom, she don't even
What does that have to do with a tattoo?
It was just. Long story short, it was a tattoo. It was a good tattoo. I must admit, it was a real small. It had my mom's initials and my dad's initials.
Sweet, and that's probably what if I ever got I don't have any tattoos, but if I got tattoos, it would be like maybe of my kids or something like that, grandkids, something like that. Nothing, I wouldn't have a dragon, tattooed on my chest or anything like that. But
yeah, Jennifer has several tattoos. Ooh, okay. Let's see here. Bill says, Bill, those are cool pictures of you posted on the.
Thank you, Mike.
Minnesota. Oh, on Facebook.
Z doesn't watch my stuff, Mike. He doesn't. He has no clue what you're talking about. He has no clue what you're talking about, Mike.
You know what I was doing? Past couple days, I've been watching TikTok, and I said, "Oh my god!" What I saw on TikTok, that blew me away. That's why I got a little video on TikTok. It's doing good. TikTok is crazy. Bill, do you like TikTok?
It's okay. It's okay.
Bill's living a life.
Bill's not living life. Bill's living la vida loca.
I want to be Bill. Oh. Hey, Red Dragon.
I was thinking the same thing. Red Dragon? Huh.
What? You got a Red Dragon tattoo?
No, Z doesn't. I'm sorry, Mike. Z doesn't follow our channels. He talks like he does, but he doesn't. Red Dragon was a drink that they were drinking. Jennifer, Andrew, and Cruise Nuts. I'm sorry, not Cruise Nuts. VentureCast, Mike were drinking.
Who's VentureCast?
VentureCast is Cruise Vet. He changed it. Wow. Wow.
I'm sorry.
About 8 months ago, he changed his name.
I'm still using. I'm still.
And you just lost a subscriber. I understand, Mike.
Mike, I am.
I understand.
I feel like an idiot right now. Well, that's every day. Speaking of that.
Wow. Anyway, back to the story. When they went on a cruise together, they were drinking a drink, Red Dragon, and Jennifer just said Andrew has a tattoo of a dragon on him, and VentureCast was like, Red Dragon?
Red Dragon. And speaking of Red Dragon, I think I got this. I think, yeah. Gotta do one. Gotta do one.
Nah, you don't. Nah, you don't. You really don't need to.
I need to.
You really don't need to.
It's hump day. Woo. Like Ric Flair. So, Bill, what do you? Jennifer, stop.
You're welcome, Jennifer. I actually watch.
You're off with tonight. So you gonna say that, Bill?
I actually pay attention.
Are you off his list
again?
You said Jennifer is on thin ice. Is she off the ice?
No. She's still on thin ice. She's still on thin ice. She says one more thing wrong. She's right through the ice.
I don't know what I'll probably need to watch it.
Z, Destination Fun. Z, are you drinking early?
I'm
sorry. I said that wrong. I asked it as a question. Z, you're drinking early.
Yes, I am.
Mike, no more
It's his
marathons.
birthday.
Z is too old for marathons.
I could do a marathon if I really wanted to.
You could not.
Let me see. I got that sandwich and that can be cold cuts. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see here. By the way, for those of you who are a content creator, guess what's coming up? Prime Day is coming up July 16th and 17th. If you get ready to go on a cruise, if you get ready to want some electronic stuff, Amazon Prime Day, which is very, very good. Destination says 10 off. Yes. Yuck.
Yuck. That's disgusting. That sounds
I don't
disgusting.
like. I don't like seafood. Yeah. Anyways, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about that hurricane. Let me go ahead and check. Tuna and cinnamon. Mm-hmm. Cinnamon. Gotta have cinnamon. Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to pass this off to somebody else. I got to get ready to get out of here. Mike, Jennifer, Destination Fun, Anthony on the move. You if you're still here, Chet, one of you guys come on up here and keep Z company.
Yes, Jennifer. I know you're not working.
I'm gonna get ready to get off here. And
hey, Mike, if you're still here, apologize once again. We'll go ahead and put that link up there.
if I was Mike, I wouldn't even come up. How dare you? But that's me. Mike is a nice guy.
Mike, you know what?
Nice
You know
guy.
what? Mike is a great guy. Mike is an awesome guy. Mike gave me an awesome birthday present last year. That was awesome.
Look at that. You got Jennifer in here. She's at work. Destination Fun in here at work.
Mm-hmm.
Those are real friends. They're watching you while they work.
They are
Those are real friends.
They're doing a nice dedication to that.
Real friends. They show up every day. Real friends.
Yes. Mike is a super nice guy. Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Mike is always he's around even when he doesn't comment. He's lurking about. If you mention Mike, I'm sure his name would pop up.
Yeah, he comes up.
You say something about Mike.
And Chad,
you gotta learn what real friends are.
yes, we are. We got all kinds of friends.
Chad always popping up and watching you as he's working out. Chad, you're a real friend.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Cruise hasn't been in here.
Chris, I always talked to him. He was here. He was here at the beginning.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking. Your real friends.
My real friend, my
real friends. So I'm gonna leave it at that as I get off here. Z, have a good day. Have a good 4th. If I don't talk to you, I'll be watching for your marathon or whatever you do on the 4th. Z-Barkation. We need you and Embarkation Nation to do a joint collaboration on the weather down in Texas. You both are Texans. You're proud of Texas.
Yeah.
We need a joint collaboration of the weather going on in Texas. Z-Barkation News.
She could be my outside reporter.
There you go. Somehow you guys work that out.
Jennifer,
hashtag Z-Barkation. And
yeah.
go on. Bye-bye.
All right, so Bill is leaving. Y'all, we're gonna be coming in. If anybody else want to come on in, I appreciate it. One Shot Adventures, check him out. He has a show tomorrow. I think on the 4th. You know what? I'm here for you guys, and you know what time it is. The Gun Wrestlers is on. But as Jennifer always says, you need some hours. All right, come on? The link is out there. Who's gonna be the next contestant to get up here? Well, I make some food arrangements. So let's see here. Before I do that, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, all those kinds of things. I got to figure out what I want to eat. I got that submarine. I thought I did it right. I'm going to put it on one. Yes, I had to pay my bills. I paid my bills today. So anybody wants to come out of here, we're going to have the next contestant. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. I got to do this. Yes, people, I'm still here. We're going to be going ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and double check here. I got to check here to see what the latest reports of the weather. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, so yes, we got some. Hold on. We got the latest report.
That will happen as we watch Beryl make its way through the Caribbean in this next 24, 36-hour time span. Given how close it is to the island of Jamaica, there are some mountains here, mountainous ranges, more so than what it encountered back over the Windward Islands. Top peak, about 7,500 feet, give or take, so Blue Mountain, but we also have the Mount Air Peak off to the western tier of the island, peaking at about 3,000 feet, so some of that terrain could disrupt the structure just a bit, but when we look back at Jamaica's major hurricane history, you have Dennis back in 2005, Emily as well, just following on its heels. This forecast track is just in the midst of them, and the closest the southern tier of the island has ever seen of a storm of this magnitude. Well, Beryl will enter the southern Gulf of Mexico after that, it has a bit of an uncertain future. There's big questions in the long range of what's going to happen with Beryl. A lot of it has to do with what we're watching happen with the storm right now as it moves over Jamaica, as it continues through the Caribbean. What does the island have an impact on? Those mountainous terrain? What does the upper level wind pattern have in play? But what we are confident in is that the storm itself is likely to pass over the Yucatan Peninsula and then emerge back into the southern Gulf of Mexico. From there, there's much bigger spread on whether or not this storm continues a more southerly path into the coast of Mexico, or do we see it lift up to the north? So in the near term, Beryl is going to have to encounter and fight off some drier air, some wind shear, but eventually, as we get into the weekend, we are watching this storm begin to move into an environment that is continuing to be more conducive for the structure and strengthening of Beryl itself. If Beryl remains a stronger storm over the next 24 to 36 hours, then perhaps it takes a more northerly track into the Yucatan and then emerges up into the Gulf of Mexico, having, a more minimal impact and interaction with land. That big ridge of high pressure over the southeast, if that remains strong, right, well then maybe that's a bit of a buffer to continue to push westward with Beryl. But the other factor into play when it comes to Beryl is also too a bit of a trough that is pulling up to the north of Beryl at this timeline into the weekend. If Beryl is stronger, then it will have more of an interaction with that trough across the northern tier of the United States, and that would also tug it a little bit further to the north, keeping the Texas coastline into play. If we have a weaker Beryl, it will have less of an interaction with that trough. A weaker Beryl, even through the Caribbean, is going to continue this more southerly path, having more of an interaction with the Yucatan, and then that would be a track more favorable, what the European model is showing, with an impact into the coastline of Mexico. Here's the European. It's this orange line you see right here, and you can see it is clearly into the southern Gulf of Mexico and then taking its path into the coastline of Mexico, the GFS. The consensus even is lifting a little bit further off to the north. So we'll watch it closely, but this weekend is a critical timeline for us to make sure that we're prepared for this storm. Mexico beginning those preparations for Hurricane Beryl. The long-range forecast in the Gulf of Mexico still a bit uncertain, especially for any of the U.S. impacts. But this is a good time to make sure that your hurricane plan is ready. You're looking at Cancun and how they're pulling some of the boats out and making sure everything is secured. We're sitting in that time frame right now. When we look at the average time to reach the United States through the tropical system, we're watching this storm Beryl pass just off to the south of Jamaica. And so we're in that timeline right here of say about 4 to 6 days. So we're looking at a Sunday, Monday timeframe here. With that in play, it's an important time to perhaps think about your preparations. Texas, I'm looking at you. I think Louisiana, Mississippi, the further east we are along the Gulf Coast, we're in a much better position. I don't think we have much to be worried about here. But South Texas, Brownsville, Corpus Christi, it's an important time that you remember what your hurricane plan looks like, go over those evacuation zones, take out Alberto as that dress rehearsal, right? Well, this is the time that we look back on what we did with Alberto and what are we going to do now when it comes to Beryl. So knowing your predetermined emergency plan, your evacuation zone, making sure your kit, your disaster supply kit is ready to go. This is a great time too. I mean, if you think about it, wouldn't you rather get a head start today, even tomorrow? 4th of July is tomorrow. You're running out, you're getting some last minute supplies. You need sparklers, you need hot dog buns because a couple extra people decided to add on to the barbecue. All the better reason to take stock of your disaster supply kit. Maybe get an extra tool. If you've been waiting on the generator, maybe today is the time to do it because you don't want to do it post-holiday. And as we're watching the storm coming into the weekend, potentially seeing that mass rush for preparations. Hurricane Beryl is bearing down on Jamaica. We're already getting a sense of just how destructive this record-breaking storm has been. We'll check it out for you next on Fox Weather, your Hurricane HQ.
No, I forgot. Boom, boom. So what I was doing, I'm ordering some more food because I can. Because I gotta pay my bills. So, let's see here. I now got sub. Let's see. Breakfast Jack. There it is. All right, so we got that going on. Let's see here. View cards. So, yeah, get more. Go to check out. Let's see here. Nineteen 1998. All right, so I'm gonna do that. You say before, yeah. 8466. Next. All right, hold on. We got some news from Jamaica. Oh, Grenada. Oh, okay, hold on.
Left anywhere on the island of Carrick.
That's the Prime Minister of Grenada speaking to the new and shocking images emerging out of the almost complete destruction in Carrick, Grenada, in the wake of Hurricane Beryl. The Prime Minister touring the damage on the tiny island yesterday, comforting and hugging shell-shocked survivors. He says many people don't have homes to go back to. Communication remains a major problem as the electrical grid and communication systems were destroyed. When we look at what where Beryl is right now and what it's going to continue to do in the future, it's a really powerful storm. It's defied the odds. It's stunning in its history. Category 4 storm as of the 11 o'clock advisory from the National Hurricane Center.
There we go.
Some wind shear, some dry air beginning to battle the storm itself. We're seeing maybe a little bit more of an elongated structure, just a touch that eye has closed in a bit, but we're still maintaining winds at 145 miles per hour. Here's that enhanced satellite, and you can really get a picture slowed down what the deep thunderstorm development looks like. This is a measure of temperature. When you look at the temperature, you can infer the cloud tops, and the deeper those thunderstorms are, the stronger those storms are, the colder the cloud tops will be. And you can see how that's the case, especially on the northern side of the center of that circulation. And unfortunately, this not a great scenario for Jamaica, which sits just 70, 75 miles to the north of the center of Hurricane Beryl right now. And so they are going to see the pass of perhaps the strongest bands of these storms as Hurricane Beryl continues to pull its way off to the west-northwest. We're already seeing those hurricane gusts have an impact on the eastern tier of the island, including in and around Kingston, Jamaica. Just based on this graphic here, those hurricane force gusts extending outwards of, say, 40 miles or so. Kingston sits just about in this bend. And so we are seeing those impacts begin to deteriorate as we go through the next 6 to 12 hours into the early part of the overnight tonight. When we watch the center of Beryl pass likely south of the Cayman Islands. But again, the north side of this storm is where we're seeing really the worst of the weather. When you think about the Category 4 at any point in time, this is really dangerous, life-threatening conditions. We're going to watch as Beryl continues it.
Jennifer wants to know what I'm eating ordering right now. Yes, I am ordering from Uber Eats, Jack in the Box, Ultimate Cheeseburger, ketchup and cheese only, Ultimate Sausage, and a breakfast Jack. So I got I got that confirmed. Yes, Jennifer. I know y'all. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Yeah. Did you say 3 more sandwiches? Yes. Yes, Jennifer. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, if I continue with this mini marathon, you know, I'm not taking my nap today, and you know, I'm not watching the yell the rest of it. Because this is more important. You guys right here are more important right now. So, yeah, especially when you got to get watch hours. But yes, um, I might say the subway for tomorrow. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have. Yeah, I'm saving the subway for tomorrow because I'm definitely gonna be. I'm gonna save the subway for tonight. Yeah, I gotta talk to my cleaning lady, see if he's coming. Let's see. Let me see here. Dun, dun. Gotta find out if she's coming. Yes, I'm saving the sub for tonight or tomorrow. It depends on prime time. Anyways, yes, Jennifer, thank you for coming. I haven't find out how many people are here. Uh, oh, she figured out the weather, so she'll be here. 12:15. 12:15. I'm hungry. Yeah, when I do shopping, I'm hungry. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Ooh, will it start? Ooh, okay. I need to watch that. Yes, I'm also very low. Hold on. I gotta put your time out. I got batteries running low on this. Give me a second.
Especially as we get into the afternoon hours. So today is really expected to be one of the busiest days of the entire 4th of July stretch. This is one of the busiest days to do your road trip for the holiday. We know more than 70 million Americans are going to be traveling somewhere during this holiday period. And most of them, more than 60 million of them, are going to be driving wherever they're headed. That's according to AAA. So weather conditions looking really good here in the Northeast. People have been talking about how there's not really many clouds in the sky. It is just beautiful. It's sunny, a lovely beach day. But we know there are some storms expected in the plains and across the Ohio Valley today. So that's something to keep in mind if you live in those areas. Where we're live is really the last rest stop along this expressway where people are stopping for those last minute snacks, drinks, bathroom breaks, whatever they need before they hit the beaches in South Jersey. Jane, I know you know all about it. And I got to catch up with the early birds here today.
Beat the traffic. Yeah, we got up at 5 and we left by 5:45.
I don't mind this time, but I don't like driving really necessarily at night, and I don't like driving in traffic.
So we're gonna watch things really get interesting between 2 to 7 o'clock is when you're like least likely to get avoid any of those traffic jams. That's what the travel experts are saying, and we'll see what happens today. But this could just be a preview to what we'll see Sunday, because that's the day where everyone heads home for the holiday, and the roads could be even worse then. Jane.
Yeah, Katie, is there any timeline for traveling home? We say 2 to 7 to get there, but is it earlier the better to get back home on Sunday?
I mean, that's the recommendation, right? Early in the morning or late at night. But I think a lot of people after a nice holiday weekend.
All right, here's the latest updates. Hurricane, 145 miles per hour. The pressure is 954. Moving to the west northwest at 18 miles an hour, and it will be hitting Jamaica in the next couple hours, and it's slowing down. That means it might get caught up with the high blood pressure that's over the central U.S., the back end. So it might just, instead of going south when it hits Yucatan, it might be going north. So everybody on the Texas coast, get ready for this weekend. This weekend's gonna be crazy. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and do that. All right, make sure if I'm doing this by myself. Oh, we got 5 people in the house. We have 5 people. Thank you for coming in. So much for the diet. I know, real is working. I'm just a bill, only a bill, and he's sitting here on Capitol Hill. uh, so yeah, I'm just sitting here, just talking about some stuff. Hey, by the way, I know y'all doing a lunch break. If you want to come in, I'm gonna go ahead and put the wine back in. I'm doing some sacrifice right now because I'm not watching the Young and the Restless, and I'm not taking a nap. So give me something to talk about, or I'll be out of here. And there's so much is done here. Yes. Oh, by the way, I got paid though. Last thing I had to pay is the cable. Sherry, you can come up. Sherry, I mean, Sherry, you can come up and nothing's stopping you from coming up. I have a meeting in a few minutes. Yes, and I have some food in a few minutes. Yeah. Let's see here. We're going to talk about this one here. Let's see here. Look at the local. Oh, okay, Pastor. I got that going on. I got a meeting in 4 minutes. Yes. I got a meeting in a few minutes with food. and Drakey. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Oh, Shaquille O'Neal had just bought a house. Oh, suburban. So, well, he does have a house. Shaquille O'Neal. Dun, dun, dun. You know what? Are you wearing an overseas? I don't know. It's a shirt. I guess that's one of the shirts for Walmart that my pastor got. Okay, there we go. That's it. Thank you. Sally Smith. I'm just looking. Now, do you want? Let's do this. Since since I'm gonna do this, we'll go on TikTok. Uh, uh, when you walk, it looked like one piece. Oh, it looked like a one piece. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Let's watch TikTok. I got fun. Oh, let's see here.
Going to be how we are able to do more with less.
You're getting less? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. My school district pays out $17,253 in change per one student. Okay. Our school, that's the aggregate across the state. My bad. I apologize. In Baraboo, in the Baraboo School District, the Portage School District, the Wisconsin Dells School District, Reedsburg School District, and Linden Station, they receive right around $12,000, okay, per student in the public school. My school, we get paid about $7,000 from the choice program. It's not a dollar for dollar. Okay.
Right.
How many students do I have in my school that I teach at? We currently have 143, and we're a K through 12 school. You 143 kids in the whole school? Does anybody? Yeah. Does anybody in the chat want to go back to talking about President Trump? Wait, hold on. I got one last thing to ask about this topic, and then I promise I'll move off of it. You said.
All right. I'll talk about that later. Maybe my food is on its way. Headed your way. Dun, 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 dun. Should be here by 12:15. Either way, so what is going on? Let's get back to the top story of the day, or the top story of the week. Even though, yes, it is my birthday week. By the way, if you like to donate to the Z's Birthday Fund, go to my community page, look for the link BMC, hit the BMC, follow the instructions. You can put any amount on there. Appreciate that. I'll use that for money to basically get some new stuff, new equipment. But yeah, so I am doing that. Hold on. All right, I think we're gonna have some breaking news here. Let's see here. All right, we're still waiting on the news to come back on. We got breaking news. Do we have breaking news? But yes, yes, I am starving. I go with that. It's tuna melt. So okay, hold on. Here we go. We got news.
Everyone, and thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Jane Menard. It's Wednesday, July 3rd. Let's take you inside America's Weather Center.
All right, here we go.
A history-making hurricane blasting Jamaica. Hurricane Beryl turning through the Caribbean after ripping through the Windward Islands. We'll take you out to Jamaica live as the storm arrives. Our Robert Ray is down there hunkering in Negril, which is on track to be hit hard by the storm. Plus, we'll walk you through the devastation Beryl has already brought to places like Grenada, an entire island leveled in the span of just minutes.
Wow.
We're still getting a sense of just how damaging this deadly storm was. That's all right now on Fox Weather, your Hurricane HQ. Well, as we look at Beryl, it has now broken several all-time records, including the earliest Category 4 and 5 hurricanes, as well as being the strongest storm in the month of June and July. Now it's bearing down on Jamaica. You look here where we've got video coming in throughout the day from our Robert Ray, who's been hunkering down in Negril. We're going to talk with him in just about an hour or so make sure you stay here with us as we kind of continue to watch what unfolds as the island is now under an evacuation order for areas that are prone to floods, landslides, and or near sea level or gullies. The Prime Minister urging all Jamaicans to follow these evacuation notices. As of the 11 o'clock advisory from the National Hurricane Center, no major changes when it comes to Beryl from earlier this morning. Remains a Category 4 storm despite some of the challenges that the storm is beginning to run into now. When we look at our enhanced satellite, this is such a great picture because you can pinpoint where some of the strongest storms are with the circulation of Beryl itself. Here's that circulation. We've seen that eye close up and cloud up a bit. The storm running into a bit more in the way of some southwesterly wind shear, and so that's been blowing some of those storms away from the center, losing some of that structure of that pinhole eye. But that deep thunderstorm development is still very apparent, especially on the north and northwest side of the storm, the dirty side of the storm, as we'll call it. And that doesn't put Jamaica in a good spot. In fact, as we've watched in the last 2 or 3 hours, you can see that gray purple color continuing to creep closer to the southern shores of Jamaica, and that's some of the strongest storms, hurricane force wind gusts expected imminently. When we look at this graphic here, this is a measure of the spread, the impact, how far it spans from the center of the storm. Tropical storm force winds expanding outwards of 185 miles from the center, hurricane force wind gusts up to 75, but then we have hurricane winds. That's where we have the persistent destructive wind up to hurricane force that is going to continue its approach to the southern island there in Jamaica. Under hurricane warning, no surprise, the entire island bearing down not just on the impact from wind, but also the potential for storm surge, up to 9 feet of storm surge. And remember, storm surge above where normal high tide dry ground would be. And then we have our hurricane warnings that extend out towards the Cayman Islands, expecting to see Beryl pass south of the Cayman Islands as we go through tonight, emerging through the Western Caribbean on its approach to the Yucatan Peninsula, where we now have hurricane warnings up for the eastern shores, Cancun down to the south. And so we're watching the preparations begin in Mexico for what is going to be this ambush from Hurricane Beryl. Waiting to see what happens. A lot of the intensity forecasts and where this storm is going to track has a lot to do with what's happening right now with Hurricane Beryl, with its impact on Jamaica, which does have some mountainous terrain, more so than what the Windward Islands had. That was really just a bump in the road. We saw as Beryl continued to strengthen past the islands, but now as it encounters a couple more challenges in the way, that given some of that wind shear that has certainly increased, we're watching this kind of oblong shape begin to happen. Will this storm on its path just to the south of Jamaica, or perhaps does it lift up into Jamaica? Will that impact the structure and the core of the storm? That's a question, right? And then it continues to pull its way through the Western Caribbean, emerges away from any landmass for a brief period of time, but Beryl has proven to come through some of those bigger challenges, especially over the last several days. Plenty of moisture content. Now, there is some dry air down to the south, and that dry air is going to be a piece to the puzzle for the next 24 to 36 hours on approach to the Mexican coastline.
Mm-hmm.
Does that dry air start to wrap itself into the core? As of right now, it's been held off. That deep moisture, that deep thunderstorm development has been keeping things very rich. But for now, we'll watch as that dry air sits just to the south, perhaps impacting some of those southern bands from Beryl itself. But the warm waters, again, always going to be a check mark here in the yes category, because these water temperatures are incredibly warm. And in fact, as Beryl continues to pass through the Caribbean, the ocean heat content in the Western Caribbean is continuing to get deeper as we see those warmer waters come together. So there's a lot of question here. And on the heels of Beryl, briefly want to touch on Invest 96L. We've seen a blossom of some thunderstorms in the last 24 hours. We have about a 20% chance in the next 2 days, but still, as it moves through the Lesser Antilles, many of the islands that were completely decimated from Beryl are now having to contend with the showers and thunderstorms that are because of Invest 96L. We're continuing to watch the conditions come together, and we'll bring you the latest as we get them. As we continue to track Beryl, the worst of the storm approaching Jamaica. Tropical storm conditions spreading across the island, with hurricane conditions expected during the next several hours. But it's already left impacts on many islands, such as St. Lucia. Fox Weather's correspondent Robert Ray is seeing the calm before the storm. He has the latest from Jamaica.
The monster that is Hurricane Beryl.
All right, so the monster, the hurricane. No, so the latest update, the latest breaking news. Let me get my report. The latest facts I got. Facts. Hurricane watch are in effect for Cancun, Cozumel, and Belize, and Honduras. So yeah, it's one of those things you just they gotta get ready. And people on the Jubilee, I saw Kendall. She did a video yesterday. Said they're on schedule. They're in Honduras right now. I think it's like almost one. They get ready to leave. Hopefully, they can get their day in Cozumel, Mexico. Might be a short day because I guess they want to get the ships out there as soon as possible. So. But yes, we also gonna be doing that. So I'm just waiting for my food. It should be here. The next stop. So 2 minutes away. Ladies and gentlemen, the food will be here in 2 minutes away. So I got to find out how many people are watching. So you know what? I'm gonna enjoy my food. Let's see here. Dun, 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 inside to the membrane. Let's see here. Wow, we only got 2 people here. Wow, that's not the case. You only have 2 people here. Mm-hmm. You know what that means. I'm gonna watch the unrest. I'm gonna watch the last part of the unrest as soon as my phone gets here. So, all right. So, what is going on? What is happening? Before I get ready to head on out, we just ordered Subway. I got the protein bowl. It's pretty good. Yeah. Protein bowl. You have a good lunch. Uh, I need watch hours. You don't want to watch me eat, do you? I'll tell you what. I will. Let's see here. I'll put this. I need watch hours. Hold on. Yes. Let's see. The weather girls are hot. Let's see. Let's see.
You see
Let's see.
confidence that this storm is going to continue towards the Yucatan Peninsula, but there's a pretty decent spread here from Cancun southward on where the center of this storm is going to go. We know the impacts extend well outside of that, and then we start to see that confidence continue to grow as it moves through the southern Gulf of Mexico. Here's the steering currents. What's the culprit for that? Well, we have to look at big picture, broaden things out a touch. Beryl's been caught underneath this strong upper ridge, this high pressure system that's been parked over the southeast. It's been steering Beryl, a strong storm, up to the north and just south of the greater Antilles. And as it continues to work its way through some hostile winds moving across the Caribbean, we've had some weakening with the storm due to this sharp upper trough, this upper level trough. Remember that high pressure is building down at the surface, but that upper level trough introducing some wind shear, especially in the higher levels. That's been shearing off some of those storms, decapitating them in some ways. But we also have some dry air that's getting wrapped up into the atmosphere as well. So Beryl having to fight that off despite the deep tropical moisture that we still see remaining off to the south. Beryl's going to continue to move through these very warm waters. And from there, well, what does the high pressure over the southeast do? As that potentially begins to pull off to the east, we also have a trough that's sitting just to the north of Beryl through the central U.S. As we get into the weekend, a stronger storm perhaps would have more of an impact and a tug from that trough. And then we start to see that pool with that track up to the north, perhaps eyeing a site into Texas. But if Beryl, as it moves through Jamaica, as it moves through the Caribbean, over the Yucatan, maybe it weakens, loses some of its structure. A weaker storm would feel less tug and pull from that trough, and that high pressure we have across the U.S. would continue on a more due west path into the coastline of Mexico. There's a big spread here on what models want to do with it. You can see here on our forecast uncertainty, there's low pressure systems just about it.
All right, we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm getting ready to get out here because I need just until I get food here. It's almost here. I don't have my music on, so I hear it. All right. Do I hear you? Yes, I do. Good afternoon. I'm doing good. You have a happy Fourth. Da da da. My food is here. That means it's time for me to get out of here. I'd like to thank everybody coming in. If I go on prime time tonight, will y'all be on? You'll be my special guest. Let me know on Facebook if you're going to be on. Guys, don't forget. I'd like to thank all my guests. Jennifer Embarkation Nation, One Shot Adventures, Destination Fun, aka the Weather Girl, Cruise Nuts, Chat, all the everybody else. Thank you for coming in. I got my food. I'm going to watch the last 5 minutes of the Young Restless. And I'm getting ready to get out of here. Don't forget, tomorrow, 4th of July, I'll be on a mini marathon, maybe. Guys, don't forget to watch my hours. Jennifer, if you want to watch the hours, I got some lives. Got the 10.5 hours. Got that going on. All right, guys, go to eat. Do not drink and drive. Do not hang around with knuckleheads to do. And always, 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 always take responsible. Peace out. Deuces. And we's out.